This is quite a banger, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2 of the 3 strongest undeads on the planet. It is, or 4 rather. Happy versus XlorD 1-0, and Vortex, of course, contesting that. This is probably the pinnacle of undead play right here in the top 4, and the winner will face Todd.
Yes, sir. The human from France, Todd, already made it through earlier. Happy versus XlorD. Now they have met plenty of times before. We have had very close series before, and XlorD, in fact, was the latest player to defeat Happy. It was in DreamHack fall season in the group stages with a 2-1. That was a best of 3. Of course, now we have a best of 5. Happy is the dominator. He has ruled over Europe with an iron fist for a long time, hardly ever beaten. But one day, it has to happen. We're still waiting for that day. In best of 5s, he is unbeaten by Westerners in almost 4 years. That is completely insane. At this point, it's something like 3 years and 10 months. Nobody's been able to do it in best of 5s, but now again, they will try. And they have faced before. XlorD and Happy, strategic variety between them, very interesting. Personality between them, completely different. They are very, very unlike each other in real life, but they learn from each other. At least XlorD certainly learned from Happy quite a bit. They have sort of developed their own styles, and they have, I think, clearly established themselves as the 2 best undeads in Europe, although Vortex is not far behind. And I'm not too surprised to see them here. We mentioned earlier seeing Todd in the grand final. That is a bit surprising, but having Happy and XlorD right here, this is what I would have expected.
All right, then. We show you the bracket once again going into this. We have 1 grand finalist already. He's coming from France. It is a human player. That is Todd. If XlorD wins, man, that could be a little bit of foreshadowing for the ESL Meisterschaft finals on January 23rd. And now XlorD with only 1 win so far. That was against Cash. Losing to a Farseer, but with Standard playing so well. Great micro, great timings, great execution, everything. Happy has defeated Krav in a Cryptlord mirror and has had a tough time with Thorzane's play on Turtle Rock, but on Amazonia, that was a 4-minute, 30-second demolition. It was probably the strongest performance in this entire tournament.
Yeah, Happy has been looking good, as he does so often, but XlorD has the confidence that he knows he can beat him. XlorD, however, certainly respects Happy. Normally, the way he puts it, we heard that in DreamHack interviews before, is, yeah, I can beat Happy, but I certainly have to play my best. And if he has his best day, maybe it won't work out. But there is a chance. He has shown it before, and this matchup is in a weird state right now. Cryptlord, DK, and you wouldn't expect it so much what's happening there, because the most recent development seems to be that XlorD is the one playing DK Fiends, and Happy is the one playing Cryptlord. And on ladder, I watch quite a few Happy streams because it's amazing what he can do. And there, Happy usually destroys all of his opponents, of his undead opponents, with his Cryptlord outside of XlorD. He has lost to XlorD quite a few times when XlorD was playing standard DK Fiends and Happy was playing the Cryptlord. XlorD is really trumpeting this forward. He is on this crusade again, that Cryptlord isn't that strong and people are just whining, and XlorD wants to prove it himself.
Happy is undoubtedly the strongest player in the world according to the Warcraft 3.elo ranking, once again scratching at the 2,600 mark. He's the record holder there as well. Before we go into this game, we have 2 new supporters. Sonic, 350 bits. Great commentary with the police revenge, LOL. Thank you very much. And Carrion Shine with the 3-month resub. Yes, baby, he says. And that is where the countdown starts. It is the Emperor of Europe against the König of Deutschland, the German Meister XlorD. In the German Championship, nobody takes a map off of him. But this is a different scale. This is a different setting. This is a match against the best in the world. XlorD for Mouse Sports, representing Germany. And he's spawning in the upper left. This is an interesting matchup between the two, because we start on Turtle Rock, and I don't think we've seen this too much before.
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, still rare to see in DreamHack, for example, not part of the map pool. In WGL it is. And also, it is here in the War3 Champion Season Final. The entire ladder map pool is part of the pool, so that's 10 maps. It's way more than usual. Unfortunately, we haven't seen the new ones yet. Maybe still to come, but I sort of doubt it. But who knows? Maybe. Yeah, we're going to be starting off on Turtle Rock indeed, which is a big map with lots of creeping that can be good for both CryptLord play as well as DK standard play. And Happy, as I kind of alluded to, is going for the ghoul build. This has been shown plenty of times before on ladder. He's playing ghouls, and XlorD is playing the standard with the DK Ted Fiends. At this point, I guess we could even call it the old standard. But Happy, look at this. No CryptLord for him. He's going ghoul DK again.
Yeah, he said he kind of hates the CryptLord play. It's dumb. It's a quote. And so he mixes the ghouls with the DK just as he did against Thorzane on this map. Of course, ghouls great creeping on Turtle Rock. And it might be a similar game plan as he did against the Pally Rifles of Thorzane, where he just accelerates in creeping. He's faster with pretty much everything he does, and then plays his power spike from there.
Yeah, with the ghouls here, you can super quickly get level 2 with the 2 greens. You can creep that lickety split, and then go over maybe to the back turtle, maybe to the red spawning position. Although, for that to occur, you have to not get punished. And XlorD is incredibly good at scouting. His Acolyte positioning and scouting is wonderful, and so is his play with the skeletons. Happy going with the aura first. That surprises me. This means XlorD can join in with his own DK and threaten Lastens here very soon, and Happy won't be able to secure them with cards.
Okay, he can outrun him. So mobility, once again, an asset that Happy wants to have an advantage in early on. Threatening Elasted with the Acolyte thanks to the aura. Frostmod hungers and gets the kill. But as he said, DK is coming over, threatening some coils, but not at this turtle camp.
Happy delaying his tech here a little bit in favor of more ghouls for more creeping here very quickly. Also a Narob, so the tier 2 certainly getting delayed by quite a bit. XlorD will have that a lot sooner. Of course, one of the big upsides of playing the Ted Fiend opening. Fast tech, quick transition into strong Fiend units, but has the downside of being not too easily able to creep early on and to pressure early on. That's what I was talking about. Happy now doesn't have the coil to secure the Sea Turtle, so this should, in theory, go to XlorD.
In theory, but you know, this is Happy. Theory doesn't apply to Happy. What's the way? He's pressuring the DK a lot, getting him down to 50% already. Oh, that coil went to Happy. All right.
Yeah, the coil was a little bit too late. Missed the last hit right there. So it wasn't that impactful. It would be enough for level 2 regardless. This is the big guy! And
gets
it.
Yeah. Okay. Gets a little bit of revenge here. No level 2 for Happy. Still no coil. Good inventory though. 2 mantles of intelligence. That's a nice start. We've seen a lot of mantles today, I feel. And now
it's all going to be about spells later on. And of course the bonus damage for the Lich is also going to be wonderful.
No coil left.
There's no coil anymore.
Fiend lasted, of course. Very, very hard to do, especially against wolves. And still the movement advantage, and the ghouls will eat fiends alive. XlorD has to back up.
A player's forces are under attack.
Let the tech play for himself.
Oh, the Fiend. XlorD. Big players make big plays.
Can't prevent that. That would have been so crazy. 229. Ghouls around. A little bit too early. Okay, Happy gets this one as well.
Would you look at those items, Neo?
Yep.
Those items, or as Foggy likes to say, the devices. Those are some pretty good devices right here. Plus 8 intelligence. That is so much bonus mana. Not just mana pool, but mana regen. Something that not everyone keeps in mind, but this also increases regen, of course, which is wonderful here to use the coils early on. But XlorD now finally has 3 fiends. That is good damage. He's going to have the aura here in a moment. He's going Dark Ranger second.
Okay, we've seen this before in ancient times. Against CryptLords, for example. DK coming in with a couple of coils. XlorD just reached level 2, playing around this end. Ooh. Okay, the Dark Ranger was in as well, so XlorD getting this creep as well. A little bit of a tight situation. Happy aiming for the surround. XlorD slithers out of it. Gets a ghoul in the end. Man, this Dark Ranger is paying off well.
Yeah, and that's her biggest benefit, being out from the tavern instantly and you can creep with her right away. Also, on Turtle Rock, the Dark Ranger is really good for creeping because if you don't have those passive skeletons, you may have a tougher time creeping the somewhat hard camps of like Merchant and Gold Mine camps in the middle. With the Dark Ranger a little bit easier, but of course that means the Lich will be a little under-leveled. But if you can get tempo in the mid-game, it might be worth it. That exchange was definitely good for XlorD. He got the experience, not the item, but he also got 2 ghoul kills. He was happy to get the item, which is absolutely ridiculous. Double circlet, double mantle. This Lich isn't even out yet, and he's already a superstar.
Yeah, I remember some commentary by XlorD at Stay at Home Story Cup about the items of Happy.
Oh yeah, true.
It's all a little foggy, so I don't want to comment on that too much. I would love to comment on the donation we got by Happy Hannah, 10 euros. We're watching as a family of 3. Thanks for the great content. Would love to see a picture of that, Hannah. Send it to us over at Instagram or Twitter at Back to Warcraft on all platforms.
Thank you. That's very cute. I mean, we're always a very family-friendly stream, so yeah, not surprising.
Always, Remo? Always?
Dude, look at that Lich!
Oh my god.
Plus 15 before the orb. He is actually... He's got the luxury problem of not being able to put all the damage plus invul on his Lich. He's gonna have to spread out the damage on the Dark Ranger, which isn't the worst thing. XlorD got Lionhorn. Okay, the first really good item for him. The talisman he found earlier, not the greatest, but the Lionhorn is really good. Creeping that spot away from his opponent also certainly valuable. Gets a level 3 here finally, as the tier 3 is closing in. So Happy, he is transitioning into feed, right? Yes, he is. Okay, not playing that crazy mass frenzy ghoul style earlier again that we saw against.
Talisman for him as well.
Yeah.
So the first non-damage item, crazy. Statues first for XlorD, who of course has the vision on the right-hand side. Happy gets the vision on the left-hand side, so they each have their lane. Lich third by XlorD for sure. 44 supply for him and more statues. Now, the back of the turtle is still there. Big mana potions can swing games. 3/3 heroes for the German. And Happy is not going to the consumables, which he usually loves so much, but rather to the bottom left-hand side for the next red spot.
And the Happy special, going for Frost Armor in every matchup. Even in Undead Mirror. Even just against Fiends, still goes for Frost Armor.
Happy, he can spam that now. Katka's pipe.
I would love to ask XlorD about these items.
Yep.
I mean, they're not bad.
They're not bad indeed. It's a little extreme if you ask me.
It's a little extreme. Shout out to Toxie.
Great admin work today by Toxie as well. And Safit. So Lich comes out with the mana potion, with the heal scroll. Scroll of the Beast number 2. He will probably not be too happy about that.
He got 6 out of 6 perfect items.
Well, he got the...
excuse me, 6 out of 7.
6 out of 7. Come on, don't over it.
I mean, dude, how unlucky. That's just straight up unlucky. Never lucky, as the Hearthstone players would say. So, Frenzy is done, but Happy still missing a third hero. It seems like without a Dark Ranger taking a fight would be quite the tall order.
Nova Steel.
Oh, but XlorD doesn't have an orb? No, he
What?
doesn't.
Oh, the Lich probably forgot about that. Lots of skeletons here, though. And the Dark Ranger for Happy. XlorD immediately going for the TP out. And since XlorD is not creeping this gargantuan sea turtle, this is going to be a big mana potion.
Scroll the Beast.
Scroll the Beast. Okay. Damn. Would have been a good call.
Not today.
Or now.
2 ghouls taken out for this, but yeah, the item goes to Happy once again. He's sniping items like crazy. What does he think he is? Focus or something?
We get double temple pretty much at the same time. So one on each side. I feel like XlorD needs some damage, man. Like a claw here would be fantastic. Talisman number 2.
I mean, his defense is on point. And the Happy effect, we can see it right now. XlorD is also following up with Frost Armor second. And we have a bit of a creep jack coming in. Earlier it was the other way around. Nova hitting the ghouls right away. Well done. Good damage right there. First Fiend taking out the, what's it called? The scroll has been activated, Scroll of the Beast, so the Fiends in the back have bonus damage. Not everything has been dispelled yet. We have Destroyers in the air, 2 of them for Happy. They're not getting sniped too fast yet. Piercing damage from the Fiends, apparently not quite enough yet, despite some of the Scroll of the Beast still being active. That cloak, that pipe, of course, working overtime right now. Fiends going down, left and right. Happy 35 supply, XlorD with 43. Still looking better and might be able to hold his position. But no Fiends left soon for both these guys.
Big Nova trying to threaten the DK to move away from this. Fiends continue to fall, probably. Coil on both sides. Invo Potion on Happy was used. There's another Nova soon. Needs a coil. Somehow transfers to TP. And in typical Happy fashion. Oh! About to get this Fiend. But XlorD with the saves. And that fight for XlorD, I think, was quite a bit of an exclamation mark. We talked about the items here, but apparently that wasn't the biggest factor. XlorD holding his ground. Stealing the Invo Potion.
Yeah, the first Nova hitting the ghouls there did a really good job, and also the Scroll of the Beast in the back was active for quite some time, helped out. Plus, level 3 Dark Ranger, not to be underestimated. Her level 2 Black Arrow does a lot of damage, and also those skeletons can be very helpful. And now she's level 4, level 2 Silence, big AoE. But of course, the Lich levels for XlorD is the problem. I'm surprised he's not going to the top left red camp. He could easily get the level up there, but I guess he wants the bigger one in the top right. There's also a red camp still left over there. He would love to have a pipe of his own, while Happy got the Pendant of Energy.
That's where I was
from the Gargantuan.
Gasping quite a bit. Oh, Happy smells this. Feeling that XlorD would be greedy. But XlorD is finishing with his camp faster than Happy arrives. Helm of Valor. Probably the absolute worst. Rune of Healing, very important steel set as well. All about experience. Level 3 for the Lich.
Seems like Happy doesn't have enough Fiends here. The DPS for him, not that high. He has 2 attack upgrades, but currently only 2 Fiends with his army. That's not enough. He's gonna have to fall back. 4-3-2 levels against 4-4-3 levels. XlorD clearly with the lead. Going now into upkeep. Has the Banshees out already. And we have a Acolyte coming for a possible expansion.
Okay, Banshee sniped immediately. The Destroyer also caught. Can the Fiends survive this and put in the damage for Happy? Destroyers on both sides. Of course, they deal with the skeletons quite easily. Destroyer falls. So that's a big deal right here. Nova needs a coil, gets it. Happy not saving the Fiend as it was finished off by another Nova here. And same goes for the Fiend in the upper left-hand side. XlorD all of a sudden with good damage.
Yeah, it seems like he's taken everything out. He's got an expansion coming soon. Probably Happy losing plenty of supply. Down to 38. Only left now. XlorD still at around 50. That pipe is still working overtime. Not to be forgotten about. That regen will kick in the longer this engagement goes. But Happy still with a tough job here, it seems. The statue in the back doing a good job for XlorD. Healing over and over. The Destroyer for the German is still up in the air. Happy has hardly any mana left to use. Lich in trouble. Getting focused. No call to save him at the moment, but good silence prevents the Nova from the enemy side. And despite all that bonus damage, it doesn't seem to be enough for Happy.
Oh, Nova now! Frostmourne hungers! And the Lich dies, a task that Foggy was unable to do for years. XlorD completes it now, and Happy aiming for the Tavern Revive. Maybe does he even have the resources? Looks like it. Another kill right there. Happy in trouble. Despite all these items, what a feel-good moment for XlorD. And he couldn't get the Lich back. Expo for XlorD, as you said, upper right now. And Lich, he didn't even restart the Lich yet. He still wants to get him from the tavern, but XlorD says, no, we're on lockdown. The bar isn't opened yet.
He doesn't even have quite the resources yet. Happy started more production, realizing he can't easily get to the tavern and has to get him back now from the altar. That is basically the time it takes for the Haunted to come up. In fact, the Haunted will be done faster. Super smart play by XlorD, realizing the time he's buying now is double worth it.
Happy the back-to-back champion. XlorD was his first opponent in season number 2. Second season was Hawk, then block against the Dark Ranger. That might trigger another coil, but okay. Sidestepping was nice. Is this the LR Stay-at-Home Story Cup mistake by XlorD? Is he pushing into the base when he's not supposed to?
I think you can absolutely afford to do it. There's no Lich on the enemy side. There's hardly any damage to be feared from Happy. Know that there's no Orb and no Nova. XlorD can definitely poke a little bit here and be fairly confident in doing so. But he doesn't have a TP, so that always can worry you easily a little bit. But guess what? The expansion is pretty much finished now. We're going to have a Ziggurat coming up there soon, I imagine. XlorD is scouting for sneaky corner bases, but there's no such thing as we can easily tell. And the German has a massive lead in this game.
57 supply, close to level 5 Dark Ranger. When did that happen? So much experience going his way. Happy chasing, trying to get a web off of this destroyer, but it's no 5 supply snack for him. Last bit of experience of Turtle Rock up for grabs on the upper left-hand side. Also, of course, big item. More reinforcements streaming in. Never donated to Happy as Acolytes are saturating the upper right. Ziggurat, as you said, and Happy, what's the way out? Staying at 50. Not paying upkeep, but economically, XlorD is ahead. XP as well, 750.
I'm so surprised he didn't go for the red camp. XlorD, I guess
greedy.
right now it's about
Dangerous?
defending the expansion, and well, it's fully mining. The upgrades are good, the Banshee army is there, the Fiend Banshee. This is the perfect late game army, especially when starting off with DK. Now, in almost every case, this game would be over.
Yep.
But in case you guys haven't noticed, this is Happy we're talking about, so it's not quite over yet.
Happy's
XlorD
pretty
certainly
good.
has a big lead, but you always need to play it serious all the way through. You can never give Happy an inch.
Yeah, especially with the Cutgas pipe, with this Lich. Happy is unwilling to give this up. It's a lot of Banshees, so maybe with possession down the road. Can of course be silenced, can be nuked. It's not easy to pull that off. Lion Horn. Ridiculous items continue for the Russian. But all the items in the world, can they make up for an expansion? Happy showing no signs of a second base. 2,200 gold still remaining. Fiend's statues. He's breaking upkeep now, falling further and further behind in economy.
All right. There's going to be one more attack, probably. And Happy will have to try to win with that. But first he has to figure out there's an X-Bot there. I don't think he knows it yet. He may assume it, but I don't believe he has actually seen it.
Well, it looks like there's only one direction though. If there's nothing in the bottom on the upper left-hand side at the 10 o'clock, then where did XlorD spend his gold and time? Probably in the north, at the head of the turtle. And this might be the one fight for map number 1. We have a Narub, we have a Tome of Relics, so the shop is ready for XlorD as well. Full mana on everything. Invo potion on all heroes. How can Happy crack him, possibly?
Happy coming from the other side, looking to flank, looking to surprise, but XlorD quickly reacts. Anti-magic still active everywhere. Blight could also be an advantage here for the German if he's standing on it and the opponent is not. Of course, the Meadows Tower is wonderful here to have. Lich level 3, DK 4, Dark Ranger 4, mana is full. XlorD is ready and Happy is going to look for a different position.
XlorD is still scouting for expansions. Happy is expanding now on the back of the turtle. Will the ghoul see that he just passed that very spot? So will he go back and check on it? It's a little bit of a backstab coming. It's a narrow position, not too easy to engage. Happy playing it smart once again, knowing exactly where his opponent has to be so he can beat him. But the kill goes to XlorD.
They're playing it around the tree line really well. Behind the tree line is usually always a good place to fight because the opponent awkwardly has to bend around it. So Happy is waiting behind the tree line, but XlorD is also positioning well, spreading out. If he goes in, he wants to go in with everything at the same time, while also trying not to get multi-silenced. There are some destroyers up in the air. Big supply lead now, 76 against only 59.
Can all that supply attack at the same time? Be used at the same time? This position, very narrow. More and more Fiends joining. No fourth upgrades yet. Coming in for XlorD now. But it's all time for the expansion of Happy. Anti-magic on pretty much every single unit. Happy's so smart. No other player would have bought so much time. And possibly establish an expansion here.
XlorD very patient. That is always one of his biggest strengths. He never loses his cool.
Engaging now, getting the kill. First Banshee down. Big damage on the Fiend as well. Seems like this army is overwhelming in the end. Dark Ranger far forward, but DK so far in the back. Can always go for coils, but Happy realizing that coil was thrown, so I can go for the Fiends here. Heal Scroll use that can't save him anymore. I think there was a silence on the DK, and yes, there absolutely was. The Concave seems pretty good for XlorD here. 76 supplies still.
Plenty more Fiends for XlorD. The damage for him certainly higher. Some of the anti-magic is actually running out. Perhaps an opening for Happy to find some more kills, but the silence are always there. XlorD's DK in the front line getting attacked, focused heavily, but he's got so much survivability with invulns, with just armor and HP. Not easy to take him out, but of course, curse everywhere on the enemy side. The Destroyer for XlorD always kept in the back, doing a really good job, not getting it web, just there for the Dispel against the curse.
Level 5.
XlorD gets level 5 here as well, going for the Lich. Now, Happy has to be careful about his second hero. Happy's holding the ground, but he's still down by 20 supply.
It's unbelievable, man. If the DK is not falling, XlorD should have this level 4 on the Lich. The burrows are on point pretty much every single time. Happy not even trying to follow up on that. And it's just the supply deficit is just growing and growing for Happy. Map number 1 might be going to the German. It looks really good for him. The burrows again. Then there's the heal, the Nova against it. Now can there be a coil? Not this time. Lich catches one of the last coils. It's so hard to fight against the Katga's pipe, especially in Undead Mirror. But it's still a 20 supply lead.
This Destroyer has had mana this entire fight, by the way, because it keeps on dispelling Curse and Silence over and over. Great positioning by XlorD. He played with his lead very, very well. Masterful game by the German. He's got Happy on the ropes right now, and as much as you have to respect Happy, at this point, it seems like there's nothing left in the tank anymore. Everything's low. There's no mana left. XlorD still at around 80 supply. He has hardly lost anything.
Unbelievable. Did you ever see an Undead Mirror fight in just straight up go so one-sided against Happy? That's pretty crazy. DK very low. Last coil was thrown. The Dark Ranger also isn't looking too healthy. And game number 1 goes to XlorD.
Rock, perhaps the weird map out of the pool. Going to the German. Very strong game by him. XlorD plays standard and defeats Happy. This is a story that has been continuing over the last couple of days, only as far as ladder goes. But I watch a lot of ladder games and Happy stream, and XlorD keeps on playing DK standard and executes it so well. We saw that before against Cash. He does it here also. Happy with the ghoul build experiment gets nicely ahead early, but we see the downside of the ghouls. Once you are stuck in the tier 3 fighting with ghouls, just simply not that good. You can't kite them well. They suffer from Nova heavily. And XlorD wins those early fights, gets ahead, never gives up that lead. And that was a magnificent game by the German, fighting with way inferior items, we also have to point out.
Absolutely. Against the Katga's pipe, against this Lich, pretty crazy indeed. But the Dark Ranger, what a nice addition. And that got him the momentum at the mid-game. When Happy wasn't there, he made maybe a little bit of a timing mistakes, or that was calculated. Who am I to judge when he didn't have the orb when the Lich arrived? That's usually not the case, but maybe it was all calculated, and yeah, I get that. So 1-0 for XlorD. Happy takes a moment, 3 minutes, he said, and then he's back, and that gives us more time to thank you out there. Remo, that's your cue.
I thought you wanted to start with something, but just throwing me into cold water, I see. Yeah. Just like my swimming teacher did.
You need a bath,
Gold Seraph, thank you for the 2-month resub. Wakey Eggs with the 10 euros says, great content, keep up the good work. And Sophie King Krat with the 21 months says, I feel silly asking, but is there a schedule posted somewhere?
For our broadcast. That is over at backtowarcraft.com, where you see all the broadcasts we do, and that is pretty easy to find. This channel is called Back to Warcraft. The homepage is called backtowarcraft.com. Link is also in the channel About section. So you see tomorrow, we're already back in less than 22 hours with ESL Cup. And then on Thursday, we have Carson's new format, Theorycraft, at 10 p.m. before we go into the W3 Champions American Finals. And on Sunday at an unknown time, we have a $20,000 best of 5 between Infi and 120. So the best of Europe this weekend, the best of America next weekend, and even the best of Asia for us next weekend.
Yeah, lots of awesome Warcraft heading our way next week and this whole year, especially seeing what WO3 Champions has been able to do last year and how they're continuing to improve. It really bodes well for this year. 2021 just started, and we got off to one hell of a start indeed with the WO3 Champions final. We had a nice build-up. We already funded the next season, the Season 6 tourney. We're skipping Season 5 because it's more of a test season. But the Season 6 tourney will be happening in March, is supposed to happen in around March. It's going to have, once again, the strongest players contesting in 1v1 and also in 2v2. It's going to be a 2v2 season and the global merged ladder. It's going to be quite something to behold.
Indeed. And W3 Champions is indeed the best server to be playing Warcraft. So if you get a craving to grab the mouse and keyboard yourself, here we go. W3Champions.com. Profiles, ranking, leagues, and the ladder. It is really the ladder for Warcraft 3. All you have to do is download a little program, install it, and then run it. And then you can set up your hotkeys. Even with that said program, you can set up your color. If you want to always have red, for example, that is possible here. The in-game UI doesn't look as bad as it does with Reforged, but it's revamped to fit the old Battle.net style. And you can track your stats or the entire community's stats on the homepage. You can even zoom out as a player quite a bit, which is very, very helpful for 2021 standards. The matchmaking is absolutely incredible. After 5 placement matches, you will be relegated into a league that fits your skill level, and then you will probably only face players of your level if there's no downtime or something. We have a very active community here over at Discord, and the global ladder is becoming a thing thanks to Flow hosting. 14 servers around the world will provide the greatest Warcraft experience ever with one big community. South America will be in, North America will be in, Europe, of course, CIS region. The Asians are coming over. Infi started this. Mikael is here. Lawlight has arrived. Lin was playing quite a bit. Colorful is playing quite a bit. And the ANZ region has finally their servers as well. So it's really one big community coming together every few months for the season finals. It's just a great community. It's a great dev team. It's a great community manager team. And it's just getting better and better and better.
Linguagua also started playing Neo. I was listening to your list of players and you didn't even mention the greatest.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to have that as public information, you know, so keep that secret for now. Exposed.
It was really cool to see so many moving over. Infi even went as far as to say that the Europeans have been getting really strong really quickly and that they're going to catch up to the Asians soon. That sounds pretty spicy. We're going to have, of course, IEM Katowice at the beginning of March, which is going to be the first offline event again. It's supposed to be anyways.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, you know,
Yep.
we never know. We don't know exactly.
Looking forward to that. Nemo, my dog is called after you. Sure, it's not the Pixar movie. And then we need a picture. If he's called Nemo because of Neo and Remo, then we definitely need a picture posted at us on Twitter or Instagram, where you, of course, should follow us anyway. Happy is asking for another 20-second. Having quite some demands here today, the Emperor does.
And XlorD taunting him in chat already. XlorD or DK? Coin toss.
Oh, we got the family of 3 Remo on Twitter. That is amazing. B-Rain, Soft Ice Cream 143, loving the cast. Great job, guys. Go Todd. He will be playing in just a little bit. Back to Warcraft on the big screen. That is phenomenal. Raising the new elite for 2030, probably. Great job, B-Rain. Great job. Oh, man. Big smile on my face.
That's wonderful to see.
Yeah.
XlorD here started off with a very impressive map 1. He took the lead against the European Emperor, a previous world champion. Possibly the best player in the world. Happy is trailing. But it's best of 5. it's a long series. This has actually happened quite a bit recently.
Yes.
The top Europeans put him to the test. Happy usually prevails. Let's see if he does again.
He finds his way out, and especially on this very map, Happy's home turf, Northern Isles. Okay, in the bottom left, the Emperor in the blue, trailing as so often recently. He tweeted after DreamHack Winter, that was a tough one when he was challenged a lot on the way to his third championship in 2020 at DreamHacks. He's still on the way to his third championship here at W3C. But XlorD and Todd stand in his way to glory. XlorD upper right once again. The best German player and one of the best German clans in Mousesports' rich Warcraft 3 history. They told us they will play under the Mousesports banner in 2021, and that is exactly what we see right here. XlorD with the DK, Happy with the DK.
Interesting. There has been a meta going on between them, specifically these two, for a few weeks now. They have met quite a few times on ladder, and Happy was playing for the most part Cryptlord, but where the Cryptlord was successful against lesser undeads, against XlorD, it failed a lot. I think it mostly failed, and now we're going back to DK Fiends on both sides, back to old standard. And XlorD also mentioned this before, that Happy wants to play the actual mirror. He wants to play the same strategy and wants to outplay the opponent. XlorD is... So I think he is assuming a Cryptlord because, of course, XlorD doesn't want to give Happy what he wants. That is in the very nature of the German player, to make it as annoying as possible. So he might be getting surprised a little bit here to see DK Fiends versus DK Fiends. But XlorD has also shown here before that he can beat Happy even with a straight-up Ted Fiend build right away.
A player's forces are under
Alright,
attack.
apparently you didn't get the Discord message. Yeah, we start the creep. Oops. No worries, mate, no worries. Creeping starts on both sides identically. XlorD is the one to scout, so he knows what's up, and I wonder, is a Dark Ranger fitting into his build on this map as well?
I don't think you want to do that. You're definitely going to fall behind with late game levels. I think the big benefit of Dark Ranger before was being able to pressure the ghouls right away so that Happy doesn't spiral away with experience too quickly. The Dark Ranger there was very smart. And also the Black Arrow later on against ghouls, super effective. We're going to look for some strong inventory once again. And guess what? We're starting off with the Ring of Protection for XlorD. I don't know what he did to deserve this, but Fortuna not on his side.
Well,
And Happy asking for another break.
if you look at his Twitter account, maybe there's an answer. But yeah, Happy, just a quick pause here, and we move back into the game.
I wonder if something's wrong with his setup, or someone's bugging him or something, because Happy rarely asks for many breaks at all, but I don't know. Maybe just adjusting the chair. You know, like Miles in Whiplash, adjusting the chair, and then he says, "Now you gotta get it, right? Now it has to work." All right, let's see if Happy can do it. Slippers and Ring of Protection, not very beneficial to the DK early on, maybe later for the Dark Ranger. Happy again with some damn good items. Bonus intelligence, bonus attack speed. Can't complain.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the DK still out for creeping. So normally there's a very straightforward creep route here that both DK players tend to follow if it's just standard versus standard, which of course obviously it is, which is double green for fast level 2 into the bigger Murloc, so the third green into natural, and then boom, that's level 3. After which oftentimes you will go to the middle to contest the camps there, because those are very valuable. You don't want to give them up for free. Oftentimes results in a 1-1 split. And if then you can move on towards the enemy Tuskar, that can also be very effective. So it's a lot about creep route. In many matchups, it's about early game damage towards the expansion, minimizing the damage you take, or being very sneaky with creep routes. But in Fiend Mirror, it's pretty straightforward. It's about efficiency. It's about being fast. Scouting isn't even that important. Like, maybe you want to scout for if the opponent's being super greedy, but even that is very rare to see. Normally the most efficient way is the way we see this being played out, and that is the case here. So not the most exciting of early games. The late game execution is where the difficulty and beauty of Fiend Mirror lies. It's the very opposite of XlorD Mirror, where the early game is wild and crazy and everything can happen and you have no idea what to pay attention to and it's completely chaotic. This is very much by the book, very slow, very predictable, easy to follow, but late game, it's going to come all down to the execution. Also, before that, of course, we're going to have important moments coming in. The tier 2 creeping with the Lich is going to be a big deal. And actually, we have a bit of an interception here coming in by Happy. With the illusions earlier, was able to scout. He saw that XlorD had very low mana. He has way more mana. Happy does. He rarely saves mana in creeping and uses no coils, but here now he does to be able to contest the middle more effectively. Doesn't quite get this round, but health and mana just for Happy looking way, way, way better. I don't know why exactly. Something must have went wrong there for XlorD during creeping. And that small of a mistake, taking too much damage and spending too much mana while creeping, can cost you map control in a straight-up Fiend Mirror where everything is so even. Where now we have the Liches coming out, and now it's going to be about the mid lane.
Oh, can XlorD steal this null from downtown? Probably not the item. Oh, that was close, man. Happy. This was a little bit of a premature coil right there. The coil isn't ready for the Fiend, so XlorD gets that victory with the arriving Lich. Also, the DK down to 50% right here. It's about every single point of experience. Let me remind you to the Stay at Home Story Cup, where the map here was decided by the usage of one spell. That was the difference pretty much the entire game.
Yeah, it was a cool little interaction there as well. Oh, that Fiend in trouble. But it's going to be another coil. Yeah, Happy's coil was on cooldown. This is why the Fiend went down. But he was hoping the coil would come off cooldown to be able to ensure the Fiend survive a little bit more. During cooldown of the coil, he moved the DK intentionally right next to the Fiend so that the coil would have a shorter travel distance. That is the level of min-maxing we're working with here. It's about every single bit. It's about projectile range of spells. This is everything here has to be considered. And Happy is starting to stack up this Lich more and more. A little bit greedy here, a little bit cheeky to try to sneak in the Warlord. He knew if XlorD was to come in, he couldn't contest it too well. But good damage still by Happy. That one Fiend, of course, being lost hurts now in terms of damage output. But he does have the powerful Lion Horn for the late.
Absolutely. This Nova onto the DK was kind of a leave me alone sign, I feel. And XlorD, for once, is listening. We have an Invo Potion now as well. Lion Horn is super good. Lich is pimped out already again. Yeah, that was the Fiend kill, but everything else is going Happy's way so far. And a thing that is going our way here is Creep Jacko's donation of 10 euros. Thank you very much, my friend. And now we focus on that game.
XlorD found double rings so far.
Yep.
So this Book of the Dead?
Ankh.
No, Ankh. Also not the great. What's up with these item drops though, dude?
It's standard, dude.
It's pretty crazy. Happy got the Pendant of Energy.
Come on.
Are you serious?
Like, this is, at this point, so rigged. Dark Ranger third by Happy, who's there a little earlier, apparently. Level 2 for the Lich. But
Right, there's still lots of items to find, so there's still ways to make up for this. And also, XlorD proved earlier on map 1 that even with inferior item drops, he can absolutely hang with Happy and outplay him in the late game, which is a rare thing somebody can say.
I think that Happy didn't have was a Potion of Greater Mana. Invo Potion, also not too bad.
2 maps and no big mana potion?
Rigged as well. Yeah, I mean,
Double-rigged.
he got the permanent items, but the consumables not in his way so far. Claws of attack
Claws
plus
plus
9.
9.
Okay,
Alright.
now we're talking. Map is gonna be empty soon. Do we see a Banshee house already? Not yet for Happy, but XlorD building the Banshee, or the temple way earlier.
XlorD also with Dark Ritual this time, so it seems like he only wants to go for Frost Armor in case of ghouls, which of course this time we don't have. Scroll the Beast Frame again. I think that's the third one, including Turtle Rock. Can be decent. If you can make sure you can deal with destroyers, it can be effective. While Happy got Hood of Cunning. All right, that's like an average item. It's not the best, it's not the worst.
How amazing is this item on the Dark Ranger, Remo? Don't you want to praise agility on a Dark Ranger here? Isn't that your cue?
No, I mean, it's better on the Lich, because Lich can make better use of both items. Now, the Helm of Valor, now, the Helm of Valor, now, that would be a different story. But the Dark Ranger int on her isn't really all that good, so I think it certainly is better served on the Lich.
Happy just found sentry wards and a claw.
Standard. What did XlorD get? Hood also.
Okay.
Temple is ready for Happy as well, so we move into the same territory as we were on Turtle Rock. With Banshees and Fiends. And 1 or 2 destroyers, maybe.
Ring number 3. He can put 1 on each hero. It's fair, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
But, you know, when you have children, you need to make sure everyone gets something so they don't get jealous. And as I say that, he puts everything on the Lich. Okay.
Well,
I mean, he's got 14.5 armor. That's pretty good.
yeah, the Orb of Corruption doesn't do too much to this hero, that's for sure. As you can see, whoop, dropping down to 7.5. How's the position here? The Fiends are an easy target if there's no reveal, and there probably is reveal. No, only... Wait, now there is. Okay, was worried for a second. Happy losing a Fiend as well. Big Nova onto all the skeletons, which is of course a good source of damage as long as they are up. Dark Ranger advantage, especially... Wait, weren't the skeletons a little bigger for XlorD? Not too sure. Level up for the DK though.
And that level 2 aura definitely helps out a lot. Nova flying in, the DK is silenced, so that Fiend is going down. And that is Happy taking the first little lead here in this game with this engagement. The Lich! That kill would be a big lead. All those rings, not enough to protect him. Had to transfer the TP to get out. Don't let armor fool you. You can still die if you don't have invuls or TPs. But here he gets out, thanks to that TP. So, slightly favorable trade for Happy, but not by that much.
Jesus. That was a super quick reaction after the focus fire on the Lich. Passing and using the TP pretty much at the same time. Incredible. Impressive by XlorD. We do have another 20 euro donation by EasyMode2K. Thanks a lot for the great content. Keep it going. Best wishes from Cologne Big P. Thank you, Mr. Or Mrs. Thank you very much for the support. Also to Obsilicious for the 6-month sub. So, Happy was just at the marketplace. So we got more claws. Not too sure. Don't think so. Happy is the one to expand this time with the Necropolis early.
Yeah, missing the lumber here a little bit. But now he has the resources for it.
Skull by XlorD. Is he going for an expansion as well? If that's the case, Happy has his eye on the bottom right with the Sentry Ward. Amazing. And he's keeping tabs on the natural while he's expanding on the upper left-hand side. He got everything covered now.
And XlorD might be getting surprised over here. His army's a little bit slower. And his reaction time isn't quite there yet. Ooh, that is a Fiend freebie. Needs to save that second one, certainly. And that one will get away. During nighttime, sometimes you get ambushed. XlorD thought there was a bit of downtime, but Happy says no. His third attack upgrade for the Fiends is going to be finishing very soon. Happy at the XlorD at the moment at 2-1, soon to be 3-1.
With the support of his base, can he survive? Happy doesn't want to kill XlorD here. Of course, he's just waiting for his expansion while inflicting some damage, draining some mana to weaken the upcoming push if XlorD should be the one scouting it. I mean, he can probably tell this is not a normal Happy play. Fiend versus Banshee trade. Another one. Silence on XlorD. Can't use a coil at the moment, but he can use Nova. And there was another kill. Man, it's the back and forth once more.
Bare knuckle box fight here. Quite the slobber knocker. Both sides losing a bit. There's not enough Banshees yet to spam anti-magic everywhere, so Fiends can still easily die as long as there's mana for Nova, which is still the case here for a little while. DK for XlorD in trouble. Can't afford to lose that one. He won't.
Sometimes XlorD has this issue, very rarely, but sometimes, that his DK is moving to the front again when he's supposed to stay back. And Happy is punishing that every single time. Supply-wise, XlorD with the lead. Oh, not with the lead. It's tied, actually. But of course, the expansion is speaking in favor of Happy because that's finished now.
And the penguin standing there. Hey, I have new neighbors. That's nice. He hopes he survives. And so does Neo. Because his favorite animal is a penguin. In case you guys didn't know. XlorD here manages to get up to 60 supply himself. But Happy is going to be able to pump out a lot more soon. Seems like XlorD's time is quickly running out. He's going to have one more attack left in him. He's got a good army. Pretty big as well. He's missing the level 4 DK. That's, I think, the biggest problem. But 3-1 upgrades on his Fiends. Very strong. Happy. No armor upgrades yet. So these Fiends for him could die quickly. But of course, he still has the aura.
Happy has 3 invul potions. XlorD has 0. That is a big advantage, of course. XlorD scouted this expansion. What to do now? Happy is ready for the defense. No tower here. Just Blight in the Necropolis.
That penguin might be in for a show. This could be the big game-deciding fight. XlorD, though, repositions. First spams anti-magic everywhere. Happy would love to catch out some reinforcements here on the way. But XlorD smart with the rally point as well. Adjusted. And doesn't want to let that happen too easily. And in we go. Starting off with the silence. Hits the DK right away. Going for the Banshees. Those perhaps a little too far forward for Happy. He loses those instantly. XlorD has his still alive. Seems like a good start of the fight for XlorD. Something he certainly needs, being so far economically behind. One destroyer is up in the air. That one, though, gets sniped quickly. Happy loses a Fiend as well after the Banshees. He already lost, but the rest have anti-magic. Right clicks coming through. More Fiends going down. XlorD finally with a 4 for his Death Knight. That is a big deal, but mana seems to be running out quickly. Not too many coils left now for the German. XlorD falling back a little bit. Skeletons coming through. The fight is getting very chaotic. Anti-magic everywhere. Curses applied. Skeletons. We are all over the place. Hard to tell where the front line is. Doesn't seem to be so clear anymore. Destroyer morphed again. Big Dispel coming through. That thing is full mana now. Happy 59 supply. XlorD 61. Is he really doing this?
No way.
Doing a 2 base versus 1. That would be crazy. But Happy is still holding his ground. Some statues going down, but 2 are still left. This destroyer can't be taken out. The burrow doing a tremendous job. Happy doesn't have the dust anymore. He bought it earlier, but no charges left now. These burrows are saving these Fiends. Might be saving XlorD the game.
Curse, of course, applied as well. Nova kills another Fiend. The Skull is providing some additional region for XlorD. Does he have another coin? But the Dispel saves the Destroyer for a little bit. Who's surviving this mosh pit? At the moment, it seems like it's gonna be XlorD with a tiny bit of a supply lead. Can someone make it to the shop? It's not that far away. Happy with Banshee reinforcements, but XlorD is a killer dressed in red. Taking them out one by one. Dark Ranger level 4. Another burrow. No chance against that. Has to be careful with his DK. Happy is retreating into XlorD's base. It's so weird to say. 10 supply lead and another Fiend almost killed. I think XlorD is running out of... Oh, no. He's not running out of reveal. But Happy is the one making it to the shop. And there's a dust ready. There's no backpack. It's actually not. And XlorD is using the time to slaughter the Acolytes.
Happy has to unsummon. What a fight by XlorD. Greatly taken. Somehow manages to hold on right there. One big mistake by Happy. Not having the dust. Maybe he could have executed that fight a little bit better. The Banshees were definitely slightly too far forward. But the clear mistake was not having a dust. Otherwise, he could have killed 3 Fiends there and maybe taken the game from that point. But he realizes there's no TP on the other side. He sees the weakness and punishes the Acolytes right away. Oh my god, that's all 5 Acolytes going down.
Yeah. He does have gold to rebuild them. He's trying to force Happy back, and that's exactly the case, but damage done. XlorD doesn't even have a TP. No!
He has a big army here, though. Bigger army than Happy, it seems. But there's a shop now in the back that Happy can make use of as well. The DK. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He might be trapped.
Yeah, the position
Death Knight,
is so bad.
Is he getting blocked in?
Whoa, last
he
second
out.
escape. But how to heal this now? Lich could dive. Lich could Nova. Lich could kill. He is far away from this now. This DK position was so awkward.
And always has to be careful. More Banshees coming in from the main. Well, actually, those are Happies getting intercepted. Once again, Banshees for Happy going down easily. Going down very quickly. XlorD hardly lost anything. He still got the supply lead. But Happy now with level 4 Dark Ranger, she became stronger. So many skeletons coming out. And XlorD can't morph destroyers. He doesn't have enough gold.
Oh no, needs to rebuild some acolytes. He's doing it now. Blocks everywhere, skeletons everywhere, but of course the skeletons dominate. XlorD gets another statue in the back, maybe reducing the regen to a necessary level. The coil misses! And that's another feed. XlorD on the other side, saving that one. The 3-0 fiends dominate the 3-1-1s. Unbelievable fight once again. Happy is down to 40.
XlorD still staying here with the statues. He has immense staying power. But the DK is out of mana now.
Yeah.
Happy can always go for mana potion in the back of his base. The Fiend count for XlorD still superior. He's recovering economically. The Acolytes have almost all been replaced.
Lich.
The fight is still going on. The Lich is in trouble. Invul Potion is used. It's the big one as well. And now we have a Destroyer back up in the air.
Finally, but there's still no mana. He blocks the ledge! He blocks the ledge! Can he continue this so he doesn't reach the coil long distance? And XlorD retreats for now, but there is Web trading a couple of more hits. XlorD down to 42. Happy recovering. Closed a 10 supply gap right there.
It's neck and neck right now. But still, it always seems like XlorD has more Fiends. But that Destroyer, that's 5 of that supply, will be going down here. No saving that anymore. DK level 5. That can be very helpful for the heroes and Destroyers perhaps. But I think Happy didn't go for a single Destroyer yet, if I saw that right. Or maybe
He doesn't even have the upgrade.
Doesn't even have the upgrade. Saved the lumber, I guess. And now he's chasing across the map. XlorD, though, under so much pressure. He lost all the acolytes in the main. That was so expensive. Almost killed Happy a second time. But the Emperor still alive.
And now we have a little bit of a gold difference here for sure. 1 or 2,000 gold plus the rebuild cost of the acolytes. XlorD has the experience lead though, but the problem is he doesn't have the necessary levels. Happy with the level 3, 5 DK, but the level 5 Lich is way closer for XlorD. Half a level.
Yeah, that level 3 Nova is crazy good. Also, he's got the level 2 Dark Ritual. So with Dark Minions coming in, he has way more mana sustain. And this is something I've noticed in some of their games. The Frost Armor, is it really better than Dark Ritual? Happy seems to think so, but not 100% convinced. We'll see if that becomes a factor later on with the Dark Ritual difference between the two.
The tension here. We are, what is it? 8 hours into this broadcast. We're in the second semi-final, and this could very, very well be a full distance one if we look at the level of play here. XlorD closing the gap to Happy again, as he oftentimes does. 50 supply for the Emperor. Expansion at 60%. XlorD can mine a little more. 400 only in the main base, and that's now a 600 gold lead in the main base for XlorD. What a game. What a series already.
Yeah, really impressive play between the two. In the past, it was only 1-2-0 who could bring Happy to the brink in Undead Mirror so well, so reliably as well. So many times over. But XlorD has really risen. Over the last year, he has become very strong. One of the strongest Europeans. Just one of the straight up strongest players in the world. He is with a bit of a deficit now in this game, but that didn't change him before. He was fighting being down a base. He was fighting having no acolytes left. And he always was able to hang with Happy and even trade favorably. But now, the economy once again is speaking in favor of Happy. His main base runs out. He's got the expansion set up already. He's got a backup plan. XlorD, it seems like he's going to have to go all in. There's no expansion coming up for the German.
I agree. It's got to be all eggs in one basket. Mana potion, no TP, dust. Maybe heal potion. Can he unsummon something? Yeah, the altar. That's a clear sign. Or is it that clear? Did he just queue an expansion? Left-hand side? Looks like it.
Okay. Happy will probably be scouting for that and will be able to time his attack perfectly with the expansion finishing. He's going to be mining for quite a while here while XlorD is going to be sitting dry with income.
Okay, he's blocking that needle hole here. Doesn't want Happy to go through this little choke. Maybe even get some shop control back. Happy had all the invul potions pretty much this entire game. Now XlorD flips the script.
Happy hasn't seen the expo yet. He looked for it before, but missed it. So now he is getting ready for an attack to hit himself, setting up a perfect concave. But at some point, he's going to be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Why not coming? And then he's going to realize the expansion is coming up across. I'm keeping my eye on the marketplace. We have a Cadgus pipe in there. We have an hilarious flute in there. It's amazing items, but
It's also
very expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Flute a little more more affordable. Would be the 4th attack upgrade pretty much. XlorD not mining at this point. DK diving deep into enemy territory. We'll look at the base and well, everything's still left here. Happy is continuing to do the Morpheus gesture. Come at me, come at me. There's a tower here. But XlorD not responding. This is a typical XlorD game.
Yeah. Imagine if they just keep on fighting until that gold mine runs out as well.
And then we hop over to the outskirts.
Well, that would be pretty crazy. Seems like something's got to give here soon.
If they keep fighting at some... I won't complain. They can fight until the end of days if we're watching.
Wait, does Happy not have ghouls anymore? There's one ghoul supposed to be somewhere. Okay, now it's in the main. Maybe we're scouting. Lumber income for Happy is low, but he's got all the attack upgrades already. It's fine. But he doesn't have armor upgrades. XlorD has one, and that doesn't make a difference. Of course, Happy has the aura, but he could have even more armor.
Another Invo potion going to Happy in 15 seconds. Happy at 70 supply. XlorD following. But he's waiting for more production. Fiend levels 3-0 for Happy, 3-1 for XlorD.
Alright, he's squeezing through the hole. Bad start for the fight here for Happy. XlorD was in a better position, but he has less supply. The Destroyer gets caught easily, and that one is just taken out right away. The positioning of the Destroyer for XlorD, way better. He's not attacking with it, just keeps it in the back for the spell. For the most part anyways. Now it gets grabbed, and now it might be getting targeted. Anti-magic, of course, absolutely everywhere. XlorD losing supply quite quickly now. Oh, the Banshee is exposed. 1, 2, 3. Quickly going down. XlorD down to 55 supply. Happy with 61. This might be the time for him finally now to finish off this game on his home turf. On Northern Isles, he rarely loses. Seems like this time also will be going to him, but it's not over yet here. Actually, XlorD finds his own flank towards the Banshees. Found a few kills there of his own, but the Destroyer will be lost. Another 5 supply dropping, but Happy's also goes down. He misses the coil. It was too late. That level 3 coil would have helped out a lot, but Destroyer is gone. Now we go towards the Banshees once again. Statue count and Banshee count is similar. In fact, supply is also quite similar, but Happy just seems to be that little bit ahead. It's also about mana, however. DK has no more coils left now. Happy is dry on his first hero. XlorD still with quite a few coils left, as we can see. We have the webs coming in again. Destroyer's getting taken out one after the next. And the Dark Ritual. Look at that sustain. The Lich is level 5, and he's got so many Novas to use. It is endless Novas pretty much. XlorD, oh my god, can he do this?
38
He's got
supply.
way more mana. He's got way more mana everywhere. On the DK and on the Lich. Maybe not the Dark Raider, but she doesn't matter that much. Skeletons everywhere. Invo Potion forced Happy. He can't keep up with the mana with his Lich. And here we see the big benefit of having level 2 Dark Ritual, and XlorD holds! That is expansion. He's got the supply lead now. He's going for the Dark Ranger. She might be falling. She gets just barely away. Slowing down the enemy Lich there with the Nova. But level 3 Nova now for XlorD. He's looking for more kills. It is crazy strong, this spell. He's finding another one on the Fiend. He holds at the expansion and takes the lead in this game. He's going to kill this Fiend with the dust.
It's unbelievable.
I think.
Yeah. Well, should be. Maybe reveal at some point. And look at this. The mana is still full for XlorD. DK by Happy, completely dry. Lich, completely dry. And this level 5 Lich level up at the beginning of the fight, how much value did that have? Crazy good. 2 Invo
with
potions.
level 3 Dark Minions, he gets like 280 mana from one skeleton.
Yep. That's a lot.
That is completely insane.
That is a lot. Happy caught up with a level 5 Lich now himself. But he has frost armor. Oh, 6 supply. Gone. XlorD got the supply lead. I can't believe my eyes. He's
about to do it. I think he's about to do it. 555 heroes with level 2 Dark Ritual. This might be one of the few cases where level 2 Dark Ritual decides the game. But it's not over yet, boys. This is Happy we're talking about.
Yep.
He has been behind plenty of times this game and throughout his career, and many times has fought back. But XlorD has grabbed the lead, definitely.
And Happy getting a little impatient, feeling that he's in leading position. These early moments of the fight, I would love to have them in like 10% speed and analyze everything they do. I mean, you analyzing everything they do because I don't see all of that. But that was so clutch. The positioning of everything. When did they start to attack the Banshees? XlorD was waiting for a tiny little bit and then flipped everything around and was looking for a new position. Then the Nova hit the Banshees and it was an unbelievable fight. This is an unbelievable series.
Yeah, and that really goes to show how hard it is to micro this. Like, even just watching it is hard to see what's going on. And those guys have to control all of it. Every focus fire matters. You have to kite all the time. You have to use your spells perfectly. This is very much the royal division of Undead Mirror. It's not as wild and crazy and fun and chaotic as XlorD Mirror, but this is the cream of the crop that, well, many of the top Undeads prefer because it's all about skill. It's all about execution, micro in the end. And we always thought Happy was untouchable in that regard, but XlorD is making a damn strong case for himself here today. Map 1, I think the Ghoul build definitely hurt Happy later on, but this is just a straight-up Ted Fiend mirror, and XlorD is about to take the 2-0 lead.
If the Crypt Lord is something like a bare knuckle box fight or a wall of death, then this is like fencing, I think.
Yeah,
a crazy mix of ballet
with the occasional bazooka.
And XlorD is stealing more items, the dust and the potion. Was there ever a matchup where dust was this important?
Yeah, rarely. If Happy had had a dust top left, he probably, I think, would have won this game. But slight mistakes will get punished against the strongest of players.
DK 5-5, Lich barely level 5, Dark Ranger super close to 5. For XlorD, everything is pretty much the same, very balanced. And Happy is pushing again. Wants to move XlorD out of position, probably. We've seen these tugs of war before, these little dances.
Four statues for XlorD. He wants to make sure he can morph destroyers if he needs. Being able to dispel 5 curses at a time, of course, very valuable. This is something that is very unclear to the observer's eye, how impactful curse is, because of all the stuff, that's going on. But if you only can curse half the enemy banshees and all of your own banshees are cursed, that's such a big drop in damage. So curse, another thing you have to keep in mind. And of course, you can decide to try to play destroyers to counter it, but if you do, they quickly get webbed and taken out. If you want to do that well, you have to keep them parked in the back. You have to keep them on hold position. So you have to dispel, hold position every time you use the spell, and then do that over and over and reposition. And it's a complete nightmare, basically. But these guys, when they do it, beautiful to see. Wonderful execution.
In comparison,
a very tense game. We're 33 minutes in, and it's far from over.
There is a little bit of a difference compared to the previous fight. Happy has finally caught up when it comes to armor upgrades, which gives him the better fiends as he still has the Devotion Aura. So 3-1-3-1, but the 1-3-1 has the Devotion Aura on top. Mana looking good for both of them again. And it's all about the fighting position.
Yeah, Happy definitely suffered there in the last engagement a little bit, when he went through that choke point and took so much free damage before being able to return the same amount. Marketplace. Nothing too great in there anymore. No auras at the moment. Claws +5 maybe on the Dark Ranger, but her attack speed isn't even that good.
For XlorD, maybe. Yeah. Hands over a ring. And just waiting for the claw. There it is. +24. And that is more damage than Happy has on the Lich. 34-minute
tank.
undead mirror. Huh?
Dark Ranger is a tank.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 14 armor.
XlorD builds another ghoul. Parks at the marketplace now. Rune Braces, big mana potion. Big mana potion would be interesting. Also very expensive though.
A player's forces are under attack.
Kind of looks like XlorD is feeling strong enough right now to show a bit of dominance with his strong build and his strong levels. And
Flexing
less
muscles.
Yeah. And maybe he's waiting for an aura.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's almost maxed out.
Flute would be the best bang for your buck, but also Cadgas. Pipe would be great. We had it in the shop earlier. It rotated out. It can rotate back in again, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's wait.
Let's wait then,
what?
indeed. Classic XlorD game. Happy is trying to lure him into this choke position so all the fiends are clumped up, but XlorD is not falling for that. I can't imagine that. We have one destroyer up, 3 statues on the ground.
Master training coming in for XlorD, by the way. Banshee Master. That's another X factor. That's another thing you have to keep in mind, along with everything else that's happening.
And that is crazy. Like, if you have to observe Curse and Anti-Magic and Frost Armor and Silence, and then on top comes Possession, how many eyes do these guys have?
Yeah. I'm glad I'm casting this and not playing this, because it's going to be very stressful.
Yep. Big mana is gone now. XlorD didn't buy it. We have a Sobi mask in.
So Happy's getting the next armor upgrade. This is going to put him 4 armor ahead of XlorD. That's a big deal.
No, XlorD is following up.
Ah,
Just
okay,
a tiny bit later.
Okay. Being 2 armor behind also noticeable, but it's not as massive.
Thank you guys for a new subs here. X-Rays for the Prime. Say so. Greetings to NZ, man. 32 month already. Holy shit, almost 10k viewers. We had 11 today. Harry XD for the 3 month. Congrats on the new viewership record. Thank you very much. Still stands at 22k though, thanks to Blizzard. But I guess that doesn't count anymore. It's a new age. It's W3C age. So 3,000 gold left. 2,000 gold left for Happy. Are we actually mining out the naturals? You said that as a joke.
Yeah, we're going to the corners, boys. Well, maybe at some point. Lumber is a little bit low. XlorD is just enjoying his shopping trip here. He just bought Gloves of Haze. He bought Claws before.
That's exactly what he said. What Happy is doing all the time on this map, and he's turning this weapon against his enemy. Heal scroll now. Happy can't buy anything.
XlorD has 18 items right now. Is that enough, XlorD, to give a pause to your patience and force a fight, or are we going to wait a little bit longer?
4 dust
A player's
charges.
forces are under attack.
Happy has
sentries.
2.
Yeah, but he's got a shop next to his expansion, which seems like a very smart idea. I'm kind of surprised XlorD didn't do that. All right, we're sitting at 80. Now there's disposable income outside of army, so... Some big items now. Imagine he buys skirted bolt chimes. Makes absolutely no sense.
Just for the effect to taunt a little. Okay. Nova and then engagement. But XlorD can't engage really. He would give up his advantage if he does.
They're both sitting in a favorable position. The opponent moving through this choke point would be horrible. The level 3 Nova is absolutely devastating.
Yeah. Happy is catching up with Banshee Master. Happy always poking a little. Wants to get to his marketplace. But XlorD is not allowing that at all. Level 5 for the Dark Ranger.
Ooh. One Banshee mispositioned. And that's kind of a meaningful level up.
Happy's getting more and more brave, I feel.
He's sitting here asking, when the hell do we finally get auras?
XlorD is preparing for another expansion. That's it. Here we go. Upper left.
Yeah.
Is Happy scouting this? Because XlorD was sending ghouls. Twice to both situations. Spell exchange. Nothing too crazy yet. Shout out to Kim Chung Sam saying it's 4:55 a.m. here and I'm watching. Oh, of course, man. Still no mod for you, though.
Perhaps. Gonna give up position here.
Yeah, he's inviting him a little bit out, right? Still access. Selling a ring, I guess getting a slippers? This is what it's all about, like 3 agility now, really?
Hell yeah, bro. Agi on the Dark Ranger, you know how good it is.
Heard about that 1,000,000 times last year. Man,
Still no big aura.
nope.
You guys
XlorD's
can't see
Expo.
it, but the only aura here is Scourge Bone Chimes. We have a Zoe mask. But Sobe's... I mean, it's good, but it's also very expensive.
Yeah, second slippers now.
There we go. Good bang for your buck. Only 100 gold.
Oh, XlorD was scouting the bottom right. Happy has nothing here, so he knows. This is Happy not mining anymore. And he's keeping tabs on the bottom right while he's mining from 2 bases. XlorD, the GPM, is going crazy soon. Experience, pretty much the same.
Third armor upgrade coming in at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, XlorD's natural is also running out, so he's not even making any more acolytes. This game is so weird. Are we 40 minutes? Yeah.
Yep,
41
41.
minutes, dude.
41.
And a lot of stare down happening.
Wow, they know this game
mana,
so well.
the statue mana looking like. It's also kind of important. Happy has 4, 2 of them dry. XlorD has 3, 2 of them dry.
Okay. When will this marketplace finally produce something worthwhile? Happy is expanding bottom right.
They're still rotating, right? They're not on pause or something. I've seen this Helm of Valor in here for a long time.
Yeah, but I think Lightning Shield is new, for example.
Right, does it jump in from the top?
Good question, man.
It's gonna buy new sentries, I guess. Yep.
Phenomenal. XlorD is breaking upkeep. High upkeep.
High upkeep.
A player's
Still not a single A-bomb this series, by the way.
True. We'll probably not see any of them.
Yeah. At this stage in the game, they die so fast to focus fire, especially because Fiends fully upgraded. A-bombs would have 0 upgrades. They would melt.
Nam! Thank you for the 25 euro donation. Gosh, I love this. Glad 2021 starts like this. I agree,
Dude.
man. I agree.
Thank you, Nam. Thank you very much again, dude. You've been contributing so much.
player's
Amazing.
forces are under
We have been stuck at this lightning shield for a long time, dude. Is
Does
the
it
marketplace
just stop?
broken after 40 minutes? What the hell?
XlorD seems to be of the opinion as well. Let's leave. Maybe it's because nothing's scrapped anymore and then nothing new spawns, but...
Oh, you just sent a sapper to the haunted, but that wasn't enough.
Oops. Wow, one thing happens and we miss. Great observer, man. Great observer.
We just had to take a look at those deals, man. There's so many things were on discount, you know? Alright. Here comes the big fight. Every caster's dream. Everything is green. Seems like XlorD is diving in pretty deep, trying to go to the Banshees. His Fiends are all stacked on top of each other. We have Possession coming in as well.
Oh.
Happy's Banshees are silenced. XlorD has so many Banshees still left. Maybe he can just steal all the enemy Fiends. I don't know. This is pretty crazy. Liches still full mana everywhere. They've been getting silenced over and over. Double Possession, triple Possession, double Possession coming through. XlorD just stole 2 Fiends away. Happy down to 59.
More possession. More possession at the bottom. That's another one. XlorD is at 82. Lich is in trouble. Happy is about to lose a second here, but there's the coil to save it. Obsidian statue is quite overwhelmed with the situation as well. Happy is dropping supply after supply after supply. XlorD explodes in this fight and all of a sudden is 30 pop ahead.
And that seems like it must be it, but we said that before, so let's see how it goes. Happy losing more and more. The Banshees in the back now totally exposed. XlorD just with an insanely overwhelming force. Only hope left for Happy can be the hero kill. And again, the Lich for him has so much less mana. The level 2 Dark Ritual is so helpful. The Lich in trouble. GG is called! As Lich goes down, XlorD takes the 2-0 lead over Happy. Happy against the ropes.
Happy against the ropes indeed, against 3 ropes to be precise. The German Meister is about to dethrone the Emperor. He has 3 chances. Map number 1 was neutral ground. Map number 2 was Happy's home turf. And XlorD's playground is yet to come. Are we really starting 2021 like this? We've been here before. If we don't explode into ultra hype right now, then it's because we've been disappointed for 3 years and 10 months. Yeah. And we've been there. And we had our hopes high. And
Happy was behind in the best of 5 and was facing match point, like, I think at least 15 times over the last 3.5 years. And every time he came back. But really rarely was he down 2-0. That has happened before as well, though. I think it was against Spiral or something.
Thorzane. That broke my heart.
Yeah. So it's not over yet, boys, but XlorD having a wonderful performance, playing this really, really well. And Happy, not quite ready for this absolute late game madness. The possessions coming through everywhere. The silences landed from XlorD, but not so well from Happy. XlorD dove into that fight. It was so weird. It was really discombobulated. Absolutely crazy how these guys can stay concentrated for so long.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Very, very impressive. And now you have like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to gather yourself, to exhale. And then it's time for map 3.
It's so cool to see how the chat is calling for a draw, and all of a sudden there's this thunderstorm. All right, map is up. If you excuse me real quick, I need to smoke after this game. It's so crazy. More than 10,000 viewers once again. Love you all.
It's wonderful to have you all here. The beginning of the year here, starting off well. The WC3 Champions tourney, I think, is quickly turning into a personal favorite of mine, and apparently also into a community favorite. We have had so much contribution to our stream, to the tournament itself. Season 6 finals is already funded. You guys did that yesterday in 40 minutes, which is completely ridiculous. That was the fastest ever. That Christmas break, we all got a taste for Warcraft again, I feel. We had a bit of a break, quite the long break here, actually, back to Warcraft. We were a little burned out, to be honest, towards the end of December, when we were casting DreamHack and WGL and everything, and WCG and Meisterschaft and so many things going on. We had a nice, refreshing break, and now we're back. Starting off 2021 with a bang. XlorD could finally eliminate Happy from a big tournament, finally beat him in a best of 5. XlorD was able to do this year as well. In a best of 3, it was DreamHack Fall. But Happy, in case you guys don't know, is unbeaten in best of 5s by Westerners in 3 years and 10 months. XlorD is 1 map away from finally breaking that streak and, well, I guess we can call it making history.
Yeah.
And then it would be the Meisterschafts bros, XlorD and Todd meeting in the grand final.
You want to call these 2 bros?
They're good friends. They're such good friends, you know. They only have the nicest things to say about each other all the time.
Exactly. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, of course. Thank you, Matt Pacifist, for the 6-month sub. 3, 2, 1, fight. Damn, you pretty much called it, mate. Jay Hugh for the 9-month sub. Okay, we're ready. XlorD is asking for 2 minutes. Of course, we're gonna grant him that after a 40-minute standoff.
Dude, did that marketplace seriously stop producing new items? Because we were stuck at that lightning shield for a long time.
I really don't know how that works. Maybe Toxie can tell us or something.
I was about to say, Toxie can tell us, please.
Toxie is,
normally Toxie is the guy to know this kind of stuff.
For some reason, Toxie is the master of the market. He knows everything about the market. I think he knows the name of the goblin selling these items. That's how much Toxie knows.
When he goes to the marketplace, probably everything is like 20% off for him.
Family discount?
Friends and family. 2-0 lead, guys. XlorD with a 2-0 lead. Is today the day, or will Happy once again dazzle us with a great comeback. In DreamHack Winter, he was really struggling, if you want to call it that, for someone who wins the tournament. In the playoffs, getting brought to the edge by every single one of his opponents, winning his best of 5 with a 3-2 score, all 3 of them.
In the ESL Meisterschaft, by the way, XlorD is facing Juan in the semifinal. If you're Juan and watch this right now, are you just forfeiting?
Yeah, Juan is definitely saying, okay, it's going to be XlorD for me, boys.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, speaking of XlorD, we haven't seen it at all yet. Seems like both these guys have abandoned the XlorD, at least as long as they're playing against each other, where the level of play of the DK Fiends is so high. And on specific maps, we may still see it. Terranos Stand and Echo Isles, the number 1 standout examples. But Twisted Meadows, our next map, that is a map where usually we also should not be seeing a XlorD, I think.
Oh, man.
This could actually be a good map for Lich Ghouls, but Lich Ghouls is kind of crazy. I don't know if we're going to go that far.
We saw these cool games between them. There was a pair of games in 2 different tournaments. The one where XlorD defeated Happy here because of the better positioning and a crazy good early game with skeletons around on a Fiend early, and the better positioning in the bottom right. And then I think a week or 2 weeks later, when Happy fixed every single mistake he did in that one game and punished XlorD so hard for it and told him, okay, man, kid, you can do this to me once, but never, ever, ever twice. Question in chat, by the way. Did WGL get this many viewers? Never has it ever. Not even when Happy won the entire thing. So, yeah, for a Warcraft 3 tournament, this is the highest viewership in Back to Warcraft's history. And that is absolutely wonderful. We have game 3. We got 3 match points for XlorD. Not sure if this is a factor for Happy. We don't know him too well personally, but it's a little later in Russia than it is in Europe. Is he getting tired? How late does he get up usually? We don't know that too much. So, 3 match points for the German Meister. Is he the chosen one, or is it gonna be Happy? Striking back. Twisted Meadows.
Again, we're going to see Ted Fiend build order. We have seen that 3 out of 4 times. One time Happy on the first map played the DK Ghouls, but that didn't work out too well. It's going to be DK Ted Fiend standard. And it's going to be a lot about creeping, a lot about creep routes, timings, perhaps 50 supply expansions, movement across the map, and not to forget, item drops. This is Twisted Meadows. This is Casino Warcraft. There's a lot of crazy stuff that can happen here. Is
it possible that this streak continues? On both maps, Happy had the better items.
Yeah. I think on map 2 it wasn't that severe towards the late game. The early game was pretty ridiculous, but towards the late game it kind of sort of evened out, but especially Turtle Rock was crazy. So if XlorD now finds Ring +5 and Happy gets Pendant of Mana, and Happy gets all the auras, then we have to start asking questions. And XlorD's going to be like, I told you! I told you!
I saw the pattern as well, Remo, writing on the wall. DK, Ted Fiends, DK, Ted Fiends. We're starting this with another mirror. We know the starting positions, the player know the starting positions. It is Happy in the bottom left in the blue versus XlorD's red in the upper right. Todd is waiting in the grand final. Just stating on Twitter, he's going for a nap. All right. Here we go. And this is where both players are so great at. Acolyte last hits. Not allowing that, says XlorD.
There are very many creeps on this map and big camps, but we're starting off slow at the greens. Everything else is quite hard to creep, even the knolls in the middle. Doable, but dangerous in case of enemy interference, so we're taking it nice and slow before the late game extravaganza kicks off. Tier 2 is starting fast. Fiends will be coming in. Fiends, Lich, Dark Ranger, anything else would be a big surprise with Banshees later on, and perhaps a few Destroyers. And perhaps another 100 supply, who knows?
Are under attack.
Okay, we continue slowly With more scouting, both players are playing this carefully, not taking extreme risks or anything. XlorD moves a little further across the map, goes to the Knolls as well. He doesn't have many skeletons. He wants to contest this. This is where Foggy lost DreamHack.
XlorD always more willing to be aggressive rather than happy. Oh, but he misses the coil. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
If you play aggressively like that and you just end up wasting your time, that is very inefficient and will put you behind in the creep game. The item's still up for grabs. Should be happy as well, I imagine. And that aura, having it early, makes so much of a difference. XlorD falls back, but he can't even creep his own nulls right now because he doesn't have skeletons anymore. He has to go back to the main, summon more skeletons, buy more Rod of Necromancy, and now happy is he already.
Okay. This is the Emperor we're used to seeing. He's down 2-0. He does not care one bit. He's playing his best and he's finding these small little moments to destabilize his opponent. XlorD, maybe with revenge here now. Needs levels. Happy got it.
Yeah. Happy is destroying XlorD right now in this early game.
Yeah.
And we're seeing very little creeping. This is the perfect moment for Naga second. However, Happy once tried Naga second with a lead that he had on Twisted Meadows, and XlorD absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that is still in fresh memory or if that is an option still for the Emperor. He's suspiciously close to the tavern, but doesn't park anything there. So it seems like Naga will not be the choice here. This is a big last hit. If XlorD doesn't get this, I don't want to say it's GG, but it's looking horrible.
It's absolutely brutal then, for sure. He has to make 115% sure to get this last hit. Reinforcements are coming in quicker. Coil is on cooldown for Happy. His DK is down to 60%, but XlorD is backing off a little. Once again, they start the dance.
That aura, super valuable for the move speed and a bit of regen.
But Fiend advantage will oftentimes lay with XlorD. Not for a long time here, though.
And the mana here is looking good for XlorD, so he recovered well. Sort of. His level up is still missing, but the Lich will be coming out, and he knows his Lich will be much faster, being closer to his main, so that should be securing the last hit for himself then. But that still would mean no level up for the DK if he has to share the experience.
Yeah. Needs full experience, basically. Maybe he can put enough pressure onto the Fiends or the DK to force Happy back. That's the first Nova on Northern Isles. We saw Happy doing exactly that. And get out of my creep spot. And this is what XlorD is doing here as well. Secures the kills, not sending the Lich away. So still 1-1 levels, but the claws of attack. Look at this.
Hey, finally nice start here for XlorD. That was actually the first item of the game. Took quite a while, but don't you worry, guys. We're gonna have plenty more items coming in here very soon on Casino Warcraft. We have many items, and Happy this time is the one with the ring. I'm gonna go over to the merchant. The first really big drop. The auras, the best thing. The Zoe mask also really good. The robe also really good. Lots of great items here.
Vamp aura, of course, a bad aura, but the other auras are wonderful. So we roll the dice again. This could very well be a little bit of a creeping fest until tier 3. Boots of Kel'Thalas for XlorD. Well, here we go.
Well, the Dark Ranger can be decent, but her attack speed isn't that high, so it's not super amazing. Is he gonna sell it? I mean, it's still a lot of value over time. It's pretty likely this game is gonna go long.
Yeah.
So it can be worth it. The Lich with the robe, though, for Happy, certainly better. Lich has better attack speed, so bonus damage on him stronger. Plus, of course, the mana and the regen of it. Very good. Red Camp items especially can be crazy. Those should really be rebalanced, by the way, if anybody from Blizzard is listening. Pendant of Mana and Staff of Silence, absolutely nuts. At the same time, you can also get a Ring of Protection +5, which is when you just want to go crying in a corner.
This is the Lionheart of Stormwind for XlorD. The first big item, the first aura of this game. And a 20 gifts up by Robon. Dude, you are putting in quite some money. this weekend, you wonderful, wonderful person. My style, also with the 5 gifted subs. Okay, it's gifting season once again. Thank you so much, guys.
Much appreciated, guys. Thank you. Level 3. Ring +4 for XlorD. If it should come to hero focus, certainly helpful, but usually the fiends are always getting focused rather.
1 or 2 rings can be good on this map. Scroll the Beast for Happy again. 3rd map, 3rd time where he doesn't get a big mana potion. XlorD very early with the Dust of
How about
Appearance.
that theory, Neo? How about that theory, huh?
It's a new year, it's new patterns.
A player's forces are under
Temple by XlorD again faster. Red spot for Happy. And this is where games can be, well, I want to say the Pendant of Mana is ridiculous. We know it. Staff of Silence.
Oh,
Also pretty good.
that is crazy. That is so much coil disable.
Yeah.
XlorD doesn't have a choice. He has to play Destroyers. He cannot afford to not play Destroyers.
Yeah.
He has to play them. And that means he will have to control them very well as well. Otherwise, they're just going to be dead weight.
Okay. XlorD. Is that his Staff of Silence for him as well? Oh my god.
player's forces are
Ring of Protection +5. The worst item in the
Yikes.
game.
Yeah, this item should just be straight up removed. But, well, it's part of the drop table. Here we go. Only on Twisted Meadows. A very unique map indeed.
Sobi
Dark
Mask
Ranger
for
with
Happy.
the Sobi mask.
Okay, this is absolutely brutal. How long is this item streak continuing for Happy?
Happy went for Frost Armor again, by the way. I really feel on level 4 and 5, this can heavily backfire on you in the ultra late game.
It's very likely to see these high levels here. Didn't learn from Northern Isles at all. Belt for XlorD.
Belt and ring.
This is just ridiculous. If he wins this game, Crystal Ball, pretty good for the fights if there's Burrow.
Yeah, saves you some resources.
Okay. Yeah, that's the topics for the mid game, as there is treasure hunting going on. Upgrades for XlorD, Banshee, and Fiends. Fiends already at 1-0. Queued the 2-0 immediately. Same goes for Happy. At least XlorD getting a Pendant of Energy.
Alright. And a super fast level 4 Lich. Does he also get level 3 Dark Ranger?
player's
No.
forces are under
But
attack.
that's a fast level 2 Dark Ritual. That is a ton of mana sustain. TP back. Oh, he's not TPing with the entire army!
No!
Oh, okay, he is. That was close.
Last second, alright, big fight here. Scroll the Beast on Happy side. First Fiend being down right away. Silence number 1 on the DK, but guess what? That's the second one! And he can't use the call. Still getting a kill here though, but the Fiends of XlorD are just quickly disappearing.
Yeah, this double silence is absolutely crazy. Destroyer form is not ready yet, and this makes this fight almost impossible to win. So much disable. This DK is forced to watch as his army is crumbling around him, but still there's the the Black Citadel helping, I suppose.
Well,
Nova coming into the back again, and again there's a silence. The double silence is absolutely brutal. Yeah.
there's no way.
Yeah.
Yep, that's,
GG.
yeah, you know it. Happy, what a force. If you give him double silence, man, that's just imbalance at this point.
Yeah. It was a strong early game, but that game was actually decided by one item.
Yeah, pretty
Staff of
much.
silence. Yep. Unfortunate. And XlorD, I hope he doesn't take that too much to heart and doesn't become too angry at that. Sometimes, you know, RNG is a part of the game, and sometimes you're unlucky. Or if you're Todd, you're always unlucky.
At one point it has to end, man. At one point it has to end this streak, but yeah, this matchup is unlike any other revolving around spells, and if you can disable the spells, then yeah, come on. You just saw what happened. Like pushing into an undead base, simply just destroying your opponent. But the first little trade-off, XlorD, pretty much like Foggy in the DreamHack Final Game 5. That null camp, Happy is getting the upper hand at that null camp and takes Twisted from there. A little bit of a history repeating.
Yeah. We have a few more subs. Who we got? Set Thick Dickory with a 16 months says XlorD 5-0. Not quite yet, but you could still make it. Korak 5 with 39 months. Der Kaiser with a 6-month resub says, did you guys know you can Twitch Prime sub for free? Is that so? Oh, thank you, Kaiser. Thanks for pointing that out.
Kaiser, man.
Thank you, Neo and Remo, #1 casters in RTS PogChamp. Thank you, Kaiser.
Oh my god.
A very cool part of the Warcraft community as well. Der Kaiser 47
Maybe
from the USA.
maybe someone should introduce this Kaiser guy to taste this and toast this, maybe. Thank you very much, man. You're an amazing person.
Tony Wrangling, thank you for the sub as well. Pro Decay with the 2-month resub says, thank you for the amazing Warcraft 3 casting and happy New Year, Remo and Neo and chat. Trips in with the 100 bits says, I missed Scam Train PogChamp. Okacast with a sub, DNNSPRS with a sub, and Rhea73 with a sub as well. Thank you guys all so very much. A lot of first-time subs here as well, by the way. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, we're going to be here next week with more Warcraft action the entire year. 2021 is looking amazing already. We're going to have the big World Championship in Katowice in March, and we're going to have DreamHack. We're going to have so many things, War 3 Champions Finals, and so many other things I don't even know. And it's going to be absolutely poggers. So make sure you stick around and hit that follow button. We just hit 100,000 earlier today. And for that, also a celebration is coming soon, by the way. So, yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be good.
Exactly. And if you want to be as cool as these guys that Remo just read, maybe you have an open Twitch Prime and maybe want to give it to us. Any primers in the house, ladies and gentlemen? We do have more support over at Matcherino, where we're closing in on 3,300. Would be a wonderful gesture to make it 3,333. We have Cake Pie Biscuit with a 10, saving 2021 already on day 3. Wacky Axe with a $10, Benji Yoka with a €21. Thanks for all the efforts keeping Warcraft 3 alive over the years. Greetings from Essen. $20 for Isper Jepna or something. And more work all right with the 10 cents. Thank you very much. Every tiny bit helps. Doesn't matter how much it is. So amazing. And now this is where people get a little shaky. The game has started. It is map number 4. It is still 2 match points for XlorD, but it might be the moment where the momentum of this series is shifting away from XlorD over to Happy. XlorD again in the red. Our map is Concealed Hill. Let's load in.
Happy doesn't get nervous. He's been here tons of times before. He has won it all, and he would love to win some more. But he is not nervous. He always stays composed. Can XlorD do that as well? Can he also stay composed? Can he win here and make it to the grand final? Todd is waiting. And Todd watching these games, I hope he's not afraid. That's not a good mindset to have, but he must certainly respect these two competitors. They have been playing exceptionally well. And history is still in the making here. Could be in the making. XlorD would break a 3-year and 10-month streak where Happy hasn't been beaten in best of 5 by Westerners. XlorD has come close before, and so have others, but Happy always prevailed in the end. We'll see if that happens again.
Indeed. 2-1 for XlorD. Still more than 10,000 people watching. We still have the grand final open. We still have the interview with Floss 2 times daily, who will tell us everything about the future of W3C, the best server that Warcraft 3 has ever seen. DK, Ted Fiends, again, on both sides.
Cryptlord has been discarded for this series. We won't be seeing him here, apparently. Maybe on the last map. If it's Terranos or Echo, it's very likely. But here, Death Knight once more. So, we're going to be creeping early. It's going to be about gathering experience, gathering items, maybe a slight bit of poking and harassing here and there, but no fighting early on. This is the gentleman's agreement. The fencing match is still going to take a little while until it kicks off.
Okay. How good are these items? It's a ring for Happy and a ring for XlorD. Okay, will we get an even Steven game for once? That would be something. Thank you for your primers, ladies and gentlemen. And Rage W3, Francie, Hauer, It's 225, Zerok, and Musicus. Probably didn't know about that. Welcome. Welcome to the sub squad.
Thank you, guys. Thank you also, DNN SPRS. I think we had him already. And Fruwald says the reverse sweep. Who else? The happy. Well, it's not quite there yet. Let's see
Players' forces are under attack.
if it can happen. So far, we have seen no Acolyte last hit steals, by the way. Those have not been allowed. Happy would love to get this big turtle, but XlorD ensures the last hit.
Yeah, feels like...
And absolutely even items so far. Double mantle.
Yeah.
I'd like to see.
XlorD is slaughtering this Acolyte, I guess. A little bit of extra experience. And XlorD doesn't seem shaken at all from this. No mistakes early. No sign of nervousness or rage or frustration. Standard game so far.
Yeah, seems like the... What's it called?
A player's
Silence
forces
thing.
are
Staff of Silence didn't fluster him too much. Sometimes that happens. As we continue creeping. Level 3 creep out here, kind of like unconcealed. Very straightforward that everyone goes for. It's the Ogre into green, into Merchant, and then Spider Crab for the level 3. And then you can start to diverge. You can start to make choices of where you want to go. You can be very, very cheeky and try to go for the red camp in the middle, but that is obviously very risky. However, doable with a level 3 DK and 3 Fiends. Or for the enemy lab, or creep more passively on your side. But normally, you want to, if you can, creep aggressively and ensure you can creep on later safely with the Lich then. XlorD has the Sentry Wards for scouting. Happy has the Illusions for scouting, both with their upsides. But Happy knows that there are illusions, and this is the most obvious Sentry I have ever seen.
Yeah, on the high ground. Like, he saw the DK move into the middle as well, so yeah. Okay. Level 3 for Happy now as well. He was a little slower with that. Liches are coming out. Tier 3 started. The exact mirror that we expected here again. Question down the road. Who's going to start upgrades a little earlier? Who will go for the temple a little earlier? And who has more efficiency on the map with creeping? And with the Wand of Illusion, this can help your creeping.
Bit of mind games going on right now. Happy is expecting XlorD to come in here. He's trying to set up some sort of trap. But we basically don't have any advantage between the two in terms of damage output and tankiness. A bit more damage on Happy's... a bit more mana on Happy's DK, but also less HP. Taking out the skeletons first. And we're waiting for the Lich. Happy knows that XlorD's Lich is closer, so that's a little scary. He's going to fall back. Waiting for his own Lich, who's coming in, bringing no items. XlorD will.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, also mana. A little bit more for XlorD. Mantle immediately swapped over to the Lich.
A player's forces are
And there we have a new Rod of Necromancy. And the Dust.
Yeah, Happy is going for quick burrow, so that does definitely valuable. XlorD is not going for burrow. He skipped it, right? I think so.
Yeah, that's true. It's very rare. Usually, it's one of his favorite upgrades in the game.
Yeah, he's probably going to get it later. He went rather for double Ziggurat and then going to Fiend and... No, wait. Now he's going for burrow. Okay, he just straight up forgot about it for a little while, but we'll be getting it now. Oh, the Overlord trap doesn't work out. Rare mistake by Happy.
Yeah, XlorD saw that.
Saw this.
Exactly, with the ward. With a bit of experience going towards XlorD here as well. Lich, full mana both. DK, the same.
Big item here to grab. If this turns out to be a Khadgar's pipe, you're gonna feel real bad if you're the one who didn't get it.
Is XlorD committing to this, though? It's a big invite to a creepjack. He's trying. He's trying real hard.
They're going for the orb. Dark Ranger timing here is also gonna be a big deal. Oh, the Overlord. back
A
again.
little stubborn today. And Happy is right there. Maybe the item is more important than the experience. Maybe the experience is a little more important.
Oh!
It's the Katka's pipe and he steals it! Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
He might be shaking his head right now. He's like, oh no. How? How can this be? That 4 maps in a row, Happy finds these items.
Yeah.
And now we have a Dark Ranger coming in.
This is a unique item. You can't try a second spot to get the same. It's just once on the map, and it's the best on the map. Happy earned it this time. Quicker fingers.
Yeah, great movement on the DK. He waited for the Ogre Lord to run back. He bought time, threatening XlorD a little bit. He knew the Ogre Lord was going to run back with the leash being extended fully. And then he could swoop it up more easily with his DK being on the way back. Smart play by Happy. And with that, getting the pipe, that is a monumental item. That is every undead's dream. Well, every race's dream, really. Mana regen. This is basically 1.5 Zoe Mask on every hero, plus on the statues. So yeah, you could say it's pretty good.
XlorD diving deep with the Dark Ranger, throws the coil, can't get a silence out. Fiend getting burrowed in the north, but there is reveal. Could get the kill probably. Happy is being more patient with his coils, full mana. Same goes for the Lich.
Nothing died here just yet, but now with a Nova and the silence, that should certainly be a Fiend going down. Return Nova, return silence, and that Fiend is also falling. Lots of Fiends here, super hurt for Happy. Might be smart to TP out. These Fiends are all revealed. That's the second one going down. There's a third one in the ground, but not revealed right now. Dark Ranger in trouble as well.
Silence.
TP transferred.
Okay, gets out. Can he get another kill somewhere, somehow? Doesn't seem like it.
There was a 2 Fiend for 1 Fiend trade, plus a TP. Pretty even. But of course, the big deal here is Happy got the item. And that is going to have so much value over the course of this game. This also, by the way, means statues are basically never going to run out of mana.
Yep. Same goes for Banshees. It's rarely an army composition where it's more important. Or a unit composition, including heroes. But you know what? XlorD has proven before that sometimes items don't matter. And today, he's a god. And he's making some smarter moves. And maybe the other 2 red spots can make up for that. When it's, I don't know, belt against Subi Mask or belt against Flute or whatever.
Sitting around 50, we're continuing the creep game. This is the classic Fiend Mirror peaceful time here. We're just splitting up the map. And we're looking and hoping for these strong items.
Not that peaceful if you ask the creeps. But yeah, free region for Happy now on the upper left. Boots of Kel'Thalas indeed for the Russian. Maybe this is the big drop for XlorD. Rune Bracers.
Only potentially good if you don't get focused. Worthless. Another Scroll of the Beast is like his 5th one? 4th or 5th?
A player's force
I'm finding a lot of those.
attack.
DK very
roll
close to 4. Exactly. Ring of Regen.
It's a big deal in Undead Mirror. But Happy actually keeps him away from the creep camp. Once you get level 3 Lich, I guess that's certainly more important. Achieves that level up and very close now to the Undead main, to the enemy main. This is, with this push, kind of, he won Twisted Meadows. He do it again.
Tailor-made for that. 800 gold as a backup. Adept upgrade is finished for XlorD. Is he willing to town portal? Skeletons for distraction. TP out now. Wanted this little bit of experience. Acolytes already falling. Happy. TP's out immediately.
Alright, TP for TP trade. 1 Acolyte, not the end of the world. Happy was hoping that XlorD didn't have a TP because the TP was forced earlier. So maybe the German was too greedy and then he could have really gone to town on those Acolytes. But XlorD realized that possibility. Minimized the damage as much as he could. But Happy, we see him now with a decent little lead. He's got 58 supply, Dark Ranger an inch away from level 3. Whereas on the other side, okay, Dark Ranger is already level 3 here. That is an advantage for XlorD.
Yeah. Happy caught up. XlorD caught up to Happy in experience. Level 4 is the big difference in levels. Lich is once again slightly ahead, and Happy is just not moving away from the Frost Armor. Once again, going for it. Well, it's Dark Ritual for XlorD. Expo for Happy.
Yeah, feels he has the lead now, and I think he's correct in assuming so. Once again, he's going to go into the main, and again, he's testing XlorD. Well, did you rebuy the DP or not? And the answer this time is no. But Happy isn't going to commit in too deep, because he doesn't have a TP himself. Just threatening, posturing outside the main. With that Acolyte, he got the level 3 Dark Ranger, very valuable. That level 2 Black Arrow, so much better.
XlorD is staying patient. Just, he has to figure out at some point that there is this expo. So far, he's been very, very patient as always. Almost no anti-magic used. Mana filled to the brim everywhere. And we have 1 dust for Happy. Big invul as well, very helpful. Dark Ranger, nothing. It's always dust on XlorD, always.
Seems like he has no idea about this expansion. Skeleton is not going to see it. It's going to be intercepted. But the positioning of Happy is definitely a little suspicious. Why is he down there, if not to stand next to his expansion?
The Maturino, by the way, just got raised to $3,333.33.
Nice!
There's gotta
I almost
be
want to
one
say,
guy.
can we please stop here, guys? Nobody donate anymore.
Stop the fund! It's a tough situation for XlorD now. What do you do? What do you need?
He just went into upkeep. He broke. But, I don't know, man. It seems like it's a little too late. Happy is, of course, also breaking. Or he had broken a long time ago. And he's producing way more. He's got the 2 base income. He's got 2-1 upgrades against XlorD's 3-0. So perhaps XlorD can get ahead with that last, or that first armor upgrade. But he's far down in supply. XlorD, happy with all that money, can go for healed scrolls now. There's a shop right there. How nice. He's going for a TP, actually, to be safe, and an invuln. He's making sure this game isn't slipping away from him.
Never ever. And that's the big, big mental strength by Happy. Here we go. 66 supply. XlorD sees this army coming, retreats into his base. He probably needs the home base advantage, but Happy doesn't have to push all the way through. He can just poke and create distance. Happy is very, very smart.
Happy.
Yeah.
He's threatening this base attack, so this expansion is basically unattackable. Supply somehow suddenly very, very even. And XlorD with the slightest of upgrade leads. But of course, Happy has the better aura. And by that I mean Unholy Aura, plus obviously the Cadgas Pipe. This is the biggest difference maker. He keeps on spamming anti-magic. These banshees don't even notice. They still have full mana. Cadgas Pipe, one of the strongest items in the game. And is giving Happy a big lead.
XlorD has the confirmation with an Acolyte, and he's engaging now because he has to. Banshee falling right away. No counter kill by XlorD. A couple of these anti-magics are disappearing, but as you said, he can just reapply them over and over as long as they're not on cooldown or something. He gets one of the kills, summons 1 skeleton, and Scroll of the Beast has been popped as well.
Smart TP out by Happy. He doesn't want to take the fight against all of this bonus damage. Loses 2 Banshees, but he can remake them with all the resources that he has. Ghouls were on the way to attack the Acolytes at the expansion, but they have to be sent back. Scroll of the Beast lasts 45 seconds. That is not enough for XlorD to force another fight in the south.
No. Tower was up there as well. Ghouls were threatening an attack, but it just wasn't enough. Protection Scroll, interestingly, as XlorD, he has the Destroyer upgrade. Wants to force a Destroyer, maybe? Web is ready. More Banshees, more Fiends. Only the semi-final here, grand final right after.
XlorD has been able to play extremely well from some positions where he was behind, especially on Northern Isles. So well. He's going to have to do it again to get the victory here. But Happy truly seems to be ready this time. Beautiful arc, very good positioning. He's got the expansion. He's playing with the lead. A real lead now. And of course, that aura, pretty good.
XlorD is trying to counter-expand. Here we go. XlorD has 3 dusts. Happy only 1. Maybe that can make the difference once again. We've seen this plenty of times. The Narrow Tower is not shooting at anything, but 2 Fiends by XlorD. Super hurt. 3 Fiends. Super hurt. Oh boy, this is spiraling out of control for him.
Fiends in the back, barely getting saved, but are they getting saved in the end? The borrowed Fiends by Happy going down 1 and 2, but XlorD has very little left. 58 supply only. Well, then again, I guess it is 6 Fiends still standing. The German, can he really do it? He's seemingly closing the gap over here. And the Lich with the Dark Ritual has more mana for XlorD if he uses that spell. Destroyer being morphed again. The spell against the curse can be very effective. Full mana instantly, but instantly webbed as well. That's so much damage. I don't think that Destroyer can survive. He eats 1 coil. But the positioning of the Destroyer, not quite there. Of course, that one he couldn't position better. But the first one could have been positioned a little bit better at least. Happy now with 64 supply. He's got so much production. Yeah. He's got so many dog minions being raised here, one after the next. Another Destroyer gets morphed instantly, webbed again. And that also means no healing on the ground. XlorD, no chance anymore. GG is called. Happy brings us to the last map and could make this a reverse sweep.
Oh my god. He's doing it again. He's just doing it again, isn't he? 2-2. Series is tied. 2 match points prevented. And that's what happens if you have a best of 5 against Happy. Every single time.
It's unbelievable. To be fair, Khadgar's Pipe and
but to be fair,
Staff of Silence in the last 2 games.
Should XlorD allow Happy?
I don't like harping on items too much when people say, oh, I got Circle Claws, but you got Double Claws, But Khadgar's Pipe and Staff of Silence, those are crazy items. Those are super high impact items.
Yeah, but should XlorD ever allow Happy to get that item in this position? Shouldn't he protect it better?
Well, I guess he made a bit of a miscalculation, but sometimes it goes that way, sometimes it goes that way. There's a bit of volatility and randomness, I think, involved there as well. But the fact is, Happy, gets it in the end. And what does he get? He gets 2 of the craziest red camp items, one after the next. So that is definitely a little bit unlucky. And we have map 5 decision. And dude, it is actually Autumn Leaves.
Yes.
The first time in this tournament.
Awesome Leaves, man. That is indeed crazy. We'll tell you all about that map in a second, but of course we want to shout out our supporters here over at the match Reno, because you keep on giving. Gabu Gap ruining the perfect 3-3-3-3-3-3-3. Thanks for the amazing streams. Keep Warcraft 3 alive. Jean Ran with the 2365. You name it, you get it. That was a perfect calculation, man. Young Hofer with the 10. Love your work, guys. A few things that annoyed me were fixed quickly and compensated by the great laddering experience. Thanks for doing this. Wonderful. Did we have any primers, Remo? I was about to ask.
Yeah, we have quite a few. We have Fozzy with the 3 months says, keep it up. Guan Yu Linux with the 2 months. Fleshless 1887 with the prime. Sko424 with a 4 months says, Auf geht's XlorD. Puni Kayo with the gifted subs. Java Brains with a sub. And also Gandhi Nutile with the sub. Guys, thank you all very, very much. We're growing our sub count. I think we're about 120% the sub count of 3 days ago, which is, or 220%, I suppose, which is pretty crazy.
It's true. Kind of back to normal, I guess, in just 2 days. It's fantastic. You guys, you trust us with a lot, and we feel that. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Waiting for XlorD at the moment. But yeah. Autumn Leaves, Remo. Is it Awesome Leaves?
I definitely like the map quite a bit. I definitely like it way more than Echo Isles. I had to bring that in there, Neo. It's a new map made by Tenshi. It has been on the W3 Champions ladder for 2 seasons now, maybe 3 seasons, something like that. It has been played there quite a bit, and I think is really a solid map. How good exactly it is, what its late game problems implications are, hard to tell. I do play it every now and then, but the truth is, a lot of people on ladder veto it, so you don't get to play it that much. And we haven't seen it much at all in tournaments yet. WGL doesn't have it. DreamHack doesn't have it. Hopefully soon, but not yet. And we didn't get a chance to see it too much in the W3 Champions tourneys before. A lot of players still veto it, but I think it's a solid map. I think it has a lot of potential. It's really cool, very unique. And we're going to see what it provides here once we start the game. We're waiting for XlorD. A moment here. XlorD gathering his thoughts. Coming so close. Coming again so close against Happy. Once more, he comes down to one last map. And that is certainly a map where they are not so familiar with than the other ones that we saw before. Which is also going to make it exciting. It's a little bit of a pioneer match, if you will. Discovering things. How much have they played this? I'm pretty sure Happy has this map vetoed on ladder, and I think so does XlorD. So this might be a bit of improvisation coming in.
Indeed. This, by the way, the closest result between the two in 4 months. That was an ESL Cup when XlorD had this big drive of dethroning Happy, which didn't work in the end afterwards. The past couple of encounters were a 3-0 and a 2-0 by Happy over XlorD, Season 3 finals, and also Stay at Home Story Cup. Pretty one-sided affair at the end, even though on the battlefield it's always close between them. But now XlorD is back with a closer result as well. Was able to win 2 maps. Can he take it all the way? Can he make it into his second grand final, or will it be Happy back to back to back? A new map, a new dawn, a new final. That's for sure. But who's it gonna be? Happy versus XlorD, last deciding map. Who's gonna join Todd in the grand final?
And is it time for Papa Roach finally? We have gone through 5 maps now and haven't seen Papa Roach once yet, which is kind of crazy. What are we gonna get now? Bottom left, XlorD starting off with a standard build once more. 5 times in a row, XlorD is relying entirely on his execution, and rightfully so. He has done very well with that so far. Playing the Ted Fiend standard. Top right, Happy with the fast Fiend build.
Wow. Maybe he is playing this map a little bit.
Fast Fiend build? Where he doesn't know the map very well?
How do you know?
What do you mean?
Is there a stat on W3 Champions maybe? How many games that Happy played on this map?
Bro, you don't want to know how many Happy streams I've seen, okay? I've never seen him play Autumn Leaves once. And I think if he streams, you can also see his map veto rotation. And I think he has it vetoed, but I'm not 100% sure on this. I have to put that in there, but I have never seen him play on it once. And as I said, I've seen a lot of games from him.
All right.
Fast Fiend build. Normally, if you play this, then you have a very specific creep route in mind. Because with the Fast Fiend build, you fall behind in tech, but you want to make up for that with experience. So, can he really wing this now? It's going to be the old school Fiend DK with Fast Fiends, which we haven't seen in Undead Mirror in a pretty damn long time.
Yeah, is this Shocky playing? Maybe it's the reason he doesn't really know that map too well, because it's stable. It's more stable for creeping. You don't need to know all the ins and outs. Fiends are always reliable.
Yeah, I think that's what it's coming down to here. They're going back to the tried and true and making sure they can, perform. But, I mean, it's Fiend's DK, yes, but it's a different timing. It's a different tech. This looks like Happy thinks, well, I know a really smart creep route on this map with this build, and I'm going to be more efficient than you.
Okay.
But how if you never creeped it? I'm very intrigued. I'm very interested to see how this goes. XlorD starting off with a standard creep here, going for the claws, but only gets the ring, just like earlier.
Happy starts this little green to the right-hand side. XlorD sees it, it moves over. There should be potential for steals. Everything is hurt, but nothing was killed.
DK coming in a second. Definitely gets one of these last hits. Don't tell me. Okay, he got one of them, right?
Yeah, he did. Must have.
Wait, did he get 2? Man, we are such bad observers.
Dude, it's been a 9-hour 15 broadcast, okay?
And we're far from done, by the way.
Players'
Yeah.
forces are under attack.
3 Fiends for Happy now. Things accelerate if XlorD is not stopping this.
Yeah, with that Fiend build, you can creep up very fast. Once there's 3 Fiends out, possibly even 4, you can creep almost any camp on the map. The DK gets level 3 very quickly and then follows up with level 4 very fast. And that level 2 aura in early tier 2 skirmishes gives a big advantage to the player who has it as opposed to the one who doesn't. A little less so nowadays, with the aura having been nerfed most recently, but still very good. XlorD's keeping up an experience very well so far, but now that there's level 2 on Happy, and he has all those Fiends, it's going to be hard for XlorD to continuously stay on par with the experience bar.
Ooh, Ryman Remo is back at the late hours.
We're pulling out all the stops tonight.
All right, it's not the biggest difference so far. 3 Fiends versus 1, of course. That hurts, but the tech is so much faster for XlorD. It's half attack, pretty much. Is it Dark Ranger time? Is it Naga time? Or is it just a reliable Lich?
Yeah, I would think Lich, the Naga experiments recently for Happy haven't worked out too well. And the best position we saw for Naga was earlier on Twisted, and even there, didn't decide to go for her. It's some very aggressive creeping here, where Happy is trying to salvage the little lead that he has into, or capitalize into getting that item Elasted.
XlorD stole it.
Does get the item though. Mantle and Claws, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is starting to be ridiculous, honestly. The level of items here that Happy has been getting.
1 Fiend ensnared, 2 Fiends hurt, and no stat tiered sights. So this is gonna be a lot of coils where he has to retreat, and not too sure if that was worth it. He got a lot of HP from the Death Knight, but that's pretty much about it. We see the Slaughterhouse coming, tier 3 on the way, Lich almost out. Happy is only now thinking of a Lich.
XlorD is playing super well against this DK style. He knows it's literally much faster, so he wants to steal some more last hits, slow down Happy, and maybe with the Lich coming in, kill off a Fiend, and then steal an enemy camp away. As the Lich is now on the way, again with Rod and Dust right away. Happy waiting for his Lich. He knows this is the vulnerable moment for him, so smartly he's gonna hold back for a little while.
Okay. More reinforcement with the Lich, with Dust and Rod, as it seems to be the norm at the moment. For XlorD at least. So lots of skeletons here, putting on some pressure. Happy's following with attack, with the Slaughterhouse as well. Ooh, XlorD is very hurt on his CK. Gotta be careful. Can he get a kill on a Fiend or 2 even?
There's no Narrow in the main. The second Nova comes through. That is the only 2 Novas that the Lich has.
Yeah.
Ghouls coming in for the defense as well. So many skeletons chasing into the back. That should be another Fiend kill.
Oh boy.
Oh, mana
Lich's out.
potion.
Crazy situation. So tense.
Players' forces
Everything can decide this
Nice
game from downtown. That coil to save the Fiend.
That mana potion was super valuable.
But also expensive. I mean, of course, it's justified by saving a Fiend, but it's still resources that XlorD didn't spend.
Pretty even game here so far. We had differing builds, but we're still moving towards tier 3. XlorD, of course, a little bit faster with this, but he didn't have too much of a chance to creep yet. The Lich still far away from level 2 here. DK no level 3 yet. Happy going in to the north. Here at the Merchant, we have possibly another clause. Really? Really?
Crazy, dude.
I rarely do this. Like, I rarely harp on this, but this series is crazy for Happy.
Yeah.
I know it's a meme to say Happy always gets the mana potion, always gets the claws, but this series really has been sick.
He didn't get the mana potion, though. No, don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's pretty good what he gets. Lich a little bit in trouble. Probably get a coil soon. It's gonna be level 3 and 2. Is Happy adjusting 3 and 2 here soon as well at plus 13 damage already. Burrow coming in early, stat use as well. We're moving into this little creeping fiesta. Parry up of vitality for Happy, so streak kinda over. Boots of Kelta last for XlorD.
player's forces are
Floss,
under
by the way, just came in with the investigative journalism. He says, indeed, Happy has never played Autumn Leaves before.
Wow.
This is his first game ever here.
Wow. Dark Ranger on both sides. Fight in the middle. XlorD is still creeping. That would be a big steal for Happy, but it's almost impossible against this army. Book of the Dead. Coil last second to not lose the Fiend against the slow. But Happy is moving in.
Which for him, pretty well leveled, and of course, great inventory. He found the parry app a moment ago. That is no damage, but honestly, also not too bad to protect you from Nova Nuke Focus. Although Hero Focus we have hardly at all seen this series, but just in case, can be helpful.
Been upgrade so far. 0-0. 1-0 for Happy. Banshees again a little earlier
player's forces are under
for the
attack.
German, as almost always. What can we find on these red spots, by the way?
Red spot items, you know, auras and
Yeah.
stuff. There used to be a short while where we had Crown of Kings in here when the +4 items were severely underpowered. But nowadays, with them being +5, Tenchi thought, well, now it's pretty even again, so let's get the Crown of Kings out of there, because turned out it was a little bit too strong. Although I
Really?
really loved seeing it. It was pretty hype.
Ah.
It was a little. If you got it early, it was crazy good. In the late game, the auras are still better. But anyways, we have the
Happy
first
with the
big
big
fight
steal.
breaking out.
And Snare on the Fiend, that's unfortunate, but there's no Destroyers yet, so the Book of the Dead might be good. Silence on the DK, can't use a coil. We got Lich on Lich action here. XlorD has to use the Invo Potion relatively early. Happy's in trouble with the Fiends left, right, and center, but also XlorD about to lose 2 of them here. It's another Slobber Knopper. Happy missing the coil, but man, Fiends are dying everywhere!
Happy has hardly any fiends left. In fact, XlorD loses another fiend there himself, but he
Denied.
denies it with the Dark Ritual. Didn't give experience away. The coil misses
Number
by
2.
Happy. A little bit too late. Another fiend left on the left-hand side, and that is going to be another loss. Yep, the dust is there. XlorD never forgetting about it, and there is a fight going to the German.
5 supply ahead. 1 Destroyer up in the air now for Happy. Level 2 for the Dark Ranger. Level 3 Lich is shooting away, but the Dispel healed it up again. Little bit of a block. Nova! Silence! TP! XlorD salvages this dicey situation relatively quickly. Fight finally again going to the German, I would say. But just briefly.
A
Yeah,
player's
it's
forces
kind of
are
even.
under attack.
The unit kills were a little bit in favor of Happy, but that TP being used also a factor. He's going for the red camp. It is the Grand Golem that we're used to seeing on AZ, for example, but it's a way easier camp with there being Frost Wolves rather than more Rock Golems. And yeah, it's the usual red camp items. No Staff of Silence here, but rather Cadgus Pipe and those, if you're lucky enough. XlorD is hoping right now, praying, dreaming, begging that there's not going to be Cadgus Pipe again. Let's see.
This
What
would
Happy
be
gets to do.
incredible.
If this is Pipe again, you can't be serious.
Hood of Cunning.
Okay. Alright. Out of Cunning. Average for that camp.
Okay, maybe there's justice in this world for XlorD. And he is getting the better red spot this time. Level 3 Dark Ranger around the corner. XlorD again, stopping the DK levels right before level 4. Continues to level the Lich. He seems a little behind in experience. Needs another coil right here. Not the greatest damage on XlorD's size for sure.
A player's
Helm of
forces
Valor.
are under attack.
Alright. Fair items here. Average on both sides. Bonus agi on the Dark Ranger is decent, but as mentioned earlier, her attack speed isn't really high at all.
XlorD
so
got the big mana.
not that good. Oh, what did Happy get earlier?
Throw of the Beast. Right?
Oh, I'm not sure.
This
But
big
yeah, that
mana.
Murloc camp. Yeah, big mana can make a big difference. Finally finding some damage items for the Lich. That mantle actually helps him quite a bit. Before that, it was really sad. Only orb and gloves.
Yeah, Happy with plus 18. Pushing forward. XlorD is breaking upkeep. Happy, is he preparing something? No expansion yet. Upgrades, more Banshees. Still not breaking up here
forces
with
are under
illusions
attack.
pushing into this. Will XlorD be thrown off by this? Will he think it's more than actually than Happy actually has? He's going for the 4th time, I think, for this very push against the Acolyte, and it's working.
Yeah, again, Happy realized there was no TP on the enemy side anymore, so he's hoping to do big damage here before XlorD can get back home. Acolytes, I think 2 went down. Happy's really going to take a fight back here. He's considering it. Mana on the Lich is very low, however.
Invul Potion on the Lich. DK can't coil at the moment, but it will wear off. Happy is just straight up going for the Haunted Goldmine. XlorD can't really move him away. He needs repair now. That's a TP by Happy after another focused fire on that sad Lich. But this is XlorD losing money. While not mining, repairing, not having the full bunch of Acolytes, and upkeep.
Yeah, this was certainly expensive, but XlorD can creep the rest of the map. Bottom right, we have another item here from the Taskmaster and level 4 DK. A really big deal. Ring, not what he was hoping for, but look at the Lich. Close to 4. Level 2 Dark Ritual is low-key OP, and he's gonna get it right here. XlorD's levels are looking really good. Way better than Happy's.
4-4-3. That's the story of the series, isn't it? Happy's Frost Armor Dark Ritual Lich against XlorD's fast level double Dark Ritual Lich. And of course, you know, a couple of items here and there. But I don't want to start this again. 2-1 coming for Happy. Same for XlorD.
Tense. Fiend count, Banshee count, everything is looking very similar. Happy looking for expansions right now. Finds a free skeleton. Hey, that's some more experience for him.
And like, usually we would laugh about this a little. It's like 12 XP or something. Or, yeah, and shared by 3. But here, this is what it's about, man. This is the level they play on. Banshee coil misses again! Very atypical.
Yeah, he used the Nova, but he can use Dark Ritual, and he's instantly full mana again. XlorD on the way forward. This could be a very good fight for him. Statue almost taken out right away. Now going behind the bend. This could be a good position for Happy once more. But Superior Aura for Happy is doing a really, for XlorD is doing a really good job. Fiend this time is coiled. Anti-magic is running out. Happy's Fiends are exposed, are vulnerable. XlorD still all protected. 58 supply for Happy, 57 for the German. It's still super close, but mana on the German side looks way better.
DK has to move back. Don't send him back in. He will be the target right away. Nova, focus fire. Happy is not losing as many Fiends as before, but still in trouble here. The curse is pretty much everywhere. Nova hits, and it's another kill. The fight once again all over the place. Happy at 51, XlorD at 54, level 4 for Happy. Finally, that coil by XlorD. The coils always seems to be this tiny bit better.
Coil this time lands very nicely, saves the Fiend. Nova's rattling to the backside of both players. Not too many Banshees are left, not too much mana at all. Fiend count also dropping low. This is where we might be seeing more Destroyers coming in. The last bit of mana being used. Big mana already committed. The dust is there instantly. XlorD ready for this burrow. The German at 47 supply. Happy at 50 though. Slight lead for him, but completely out of mana is the Russian. Fiend not being saved there towards the side. Burrows all over the place. Happy again. Does he have a dust? I think... No, he doesn't have a dust. These burrows again, ruining his day. XlorD with one burrow after the next. The Lich in trouble, getting chased. There's no coil at the moment. Happy has to get the regen in from these statues. Has to put one on mana. He doesn't have that at the moment. XlorD seems to be taking a good fight here once again. Happy still with a slight supply lead, but he can't kill the Fiends. They're burrowing over and over.
There was the big mana potion. He used it already. DK is dropping lower and lower. The Lich still has mana. There's another Nova. Happy has a coil against it, though. Crazy decision making by both of these players. 5 supply deficit, aiming for the DK, using the Nova on him. Not often that we see this. Feels like the dust is settling. XlorD wants this 1 or 2 more kills. Focuses the Lich. Gotta be careful with the DK. There's no TP anymore. That's the one mistake you can't do against Happy. The Orb of Corruption, the Fiend shots. There is a coil long range and he saves that DK. Are you kidding me?
Some of those shots were missing because of the curse. Without the curse, the DK would be dead. Happy is holding his ground, and he gets the kill with the Nova. Long range, he kills the DK. It looked like a good fight for XlorD, but Happy says no.
Cleans it
Not
up.
today, young Padawan. I'm not letting you get to this final so easily. XlorD running back now, and now with all the disadvantage in the world, Happy chasing after him. The Fiends without aura look like slugs, and they're getting chased down. Happy now with 443 hero levels. He doesn't have the dust, but he doesn't seem to need it anymore. It almost cost him the game again, not having the dust, but this time it was not too painful. That Nova on the DK looked like a big mistake by XlorD. That did nothing attacking the enemy Death Knight, but he's saving some Fiends. Towards the middle they go, towards the tavern, have to revive the DK right there. But Happy is on the chase. He's smelling blood in the water now for sure. He's got decent mana still left. Anti-magic being applied over and over. XlorD trying to re-establish his army, reunite his forces, but he doesn't have mana for a coil right now. He's trying to go for the counter kill on the enemy Death Knight.
Good work.
Nova lands big time. Fiends taking plenty of damage. Now there is a dust. He bought it before. Fiends dying on the one side. And on the other side here in just a second, DK again has to be careful. He died before thanks to the Nova and the right-click damage from this Lich. The inventory is still outstanding, still way better than XlorD's.
Unbelievable.
And he's chasing after even more. Going for the statue. Is 40 supply only left for XlorD. He is in all sorts of trouble. Happy at 55 with lots of resources still, by the way. Feels like he's in strong enough of a position to expand now. Maybe the Russian again reclaimed the lead.
Are you kidding me? This is crazy. 42 supply for XlorD only. Happy pushing for the victory, for the grand final, for his third grand final in a row here at W3C. And what can stop him? What can possibly stop him? Hail Mary attempts are getting swatted like flies with anti-magic and invul potions. What's the play? Of course, for Happy, as always. He got the lead. He takes this expansion. Predictable. The first time he plays this map. And he's probably taking the win. XlorD needs a little miracle here. He's microing his heart out. But at the end, maybe he got a little bit too greedy. Had no way out. And Happy saw exactly that. Losing the DK, usually not affordable. But you don't want to give up a series like that where you had a 2-0 lead.
And a lead in this game as well. Man, this is right on the edge.
61 supply. Happy. There's no breaks. There's all gas, no breaks at this point for him. 3-1 upgrades on the Fiends. What a god. There's almost no flaw in this army anymore. Everything is back up to full mana. There's safety for the DK. There's huge damage on that Lich. Dark Ranger, okay, can of course be coiled, and there's Frost Armor here. Haunted Goldmine almost done as the bases mine out. The only player with a gold mine is Happy in a couple of seconds.
You know, I haven't played chess in a while, but this looks almost checkmate to me. XlorD has one more chance. Can he get his king out of the corner? Spend the last bit of gold that he has. Mana potion, maybe. Heal scroll, maybe. But Happy is ready. Waiting in the perfect arc again. 66 supply. He's gonna bring everything for this defense. Next to the shop as well. That's pretty nice. Not gonna forget about a dust anymore.
There was another game today in this series where Happy was the one expanding first. Northern Isles. XlorD followed with a later expansion. And that wasn't the key to victory for Happy. XlorD had the composure, blocked the shops. That's gonna be a little harder here. XlorD feels he's under pressure. XlorD feels like he has to do something.
Happy's gonna have to go through somewhat of a choke point here, but it's big enough. He doesn't worry about it, and he realizes his army is certainly the bigger one. He's barreling down now. Or is he gonna be patient? Next to the waterfall, he's gonna appreciate the tranquility and stick around a little bit longer, wanting to protect his expansion.
Yeah, XlorD is the one that has to catch up. 10 supply lead. Happy has better upgrades. Experience is almost tied to the dot. 444, 444. Expo Info for
Player's
XlorD at
forces are under
60.
attack.
What's the stalemate breaker here? It's gonna be a little back and forth, a little bit of tug of war, a little bit of poking. And
ghouls.
Happy has the ghouls, exactly. So smart. XlorD has to react to this.
The recon squad got the information, but Happy can't just walk over there with his army. Then XlorD is going to kill his own expansion. That wouldn't be a good trade. So still a lot about movement, still a lot about positioning, but Happy still, of course, with the lead. Way more army at this point in time. Also slightly better upgrades.
XlorD lives for now. Question is for how long. XlorD is exposing his back as well to Happy's army. How well can the Russian move across the map? Answer, very well. Immediately going for that Nova. Forcing a coil. Is there a mana potion? Not really on either side. 2 invuls for Happy though.
This could be a good position for XlorD, standing behind this choke, but he's falling back even further. Or is it just a bait? Yeah, he wants to bait XlorD right in here. He wants to bait Happy in there, but Happy says, no. Gonna be patient, but with all this patience, the expansion is now finished. Not quite fully mining yet.
You ready for another 40-minute game?
We're gonna mine out here.
15 minutes to go. What a series. What an incredible series.
This is a big attack though by Happy. He got the heal scroll, he's got the big army.
Yeah.
He's got anti-magic everywhere. Banshee's somewhat low on mana, but the statue's still on the ground. 2 destroyers as well. In we go. Perfect concave by XlorD, but the smaller force clearly. 1 Fiend goes down right away. Some Banshees being caught in the back, but Happy repositions quickly. Ghouls even being in the mix here, forcing some focus fire upon them. Nothing going to the Banshees and the Fiends in the meantime.
Way too
Destroyers
much.
getting sniped so quickly. And this is just an overwhelming amount of units right now. Happy is steamrolling over XlorD. The numbers are not fair anymore. Happy can easily plow through this army now, killing 1 Fiend after the next. I'm not sure if we've seen more than 1 hero focus this game. The one that he did led to the kill of the DK. GG, well played! And he does it again!
And again, and again, and again. Ava Emperor, reverse sweep against XlorD, who looked lava hot today. But at one point, there was a break. And that's where Happy reclaimed the series. The composure, the endurance, the mental stability of Happy is unparalleled to almost anyone. Probably to anyone. Like, on a good day, Infi is on his level. But on the bad day, Infi is quitting after 4 minutes, you know? But that is just unbelievable. Not only does he have the best micro in the world, not only does he do genius decisions, but you can't make him sweat. It doesn't matter if it's 2-0 and he's 10 supply down. It doesn't matter to him. He turns it around. And that's why he's one of the greatest that this game has ever seen.
Yeah. Perhaps the best undead of all time. Unbelievable. His reign of dominance over Europe, unimaginable. He has been in these situations so many times, and you would think, once in 3.5 years he would lose a best of 5 like that, but no, he never does. He never does. He always comes back, and it's completely ridiculous. XlorD again, he came close, but again he fails, like everyone else did. Happy has been getting tested, and these series have been getting close. We saw that in DreamHack before. We see it here today. But in the end of the day, he's in the final. And at the end of the day, usually he wins the tournament. Yeah. Does that happen again today, or can Todd overcome him? Imagine what a performance and confidence booster that would be for Todd as well. He was waiting in the final for quite some time. He is facing Happy coming up soon, but of course we're going to give the players a break, and we're going to hear from Floss as well. But yeah, guys, don't forget, we have a grand final still coming.
Another best of 5 for the championship. Could be the 3rd championship for Happy in a row. We have more contributions towards the match arena, and we want to thank all of you. It is OC Drummer 47 with 10 euros. Thanks for all your hard work keeping the community alive. OC Creator Giro. SBF, I unsummon my altar to make this donation. $20. Thank you very much. Same goes for Silverstorm. And so we stand at $2,403 for the next tournaments of W3 champions. Crazy. $1 for us by I Rely on Coil Nova. Happy New Year. Thank you. And for the subs, it's Mr. Remo Demo. Thanking you guys.
I'm not sure exactly where we left off, but I think Java Brains is new. Thank you very much, Gandhi Nutile with a sub, Sungan with a 4 months, Cithrin with a 4 months, Der Langfinger with a 12 months, Jaeger with a 5, More Work All Right with a 26, Signalfarbe Grau with the sub, 1337, Daddy with a 3 months, Thomas MK with a 2 months, and Deathly God with a 2 months as well. Guys, thank you all very, very much. It's been insane support for the tournament, for us, for our stream, and a great celebration here. This weekend has been wonderful, and we probably got another 3 hours or something like that, at least 2 more hours. So stay tuned, and we have some news for War3 Champions and a chance to talk with Floss here soon as well.
We're going to take a little break. In 5 minutes, we're back with the interview, and then it's time for the grand final for another best of 5 for the third championship here at W3 Champions.